Hello. We're
Hi.
live. Let me make sure we're
Hello.
working.
Good, good. Always good to.
Running on all cylinders.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh my god, what is
Justin, I would have done this before we hit live, but Kelsey demanded to go live. Can you check what mic you're using? If you're using your actual mic or your webcam mic?
I am using the actual mic. I did check that.
Oh, okay.
Wait, I muted myself. It does say Shure Digital.
Oh, it just sounds a little bit weirder than it's different than usual. I'm sure it's fine.
Do we see
It's
the
not-
green light? I see the
you're-
green light.
You're totally. I can hear you totally. It just sounds a little different than normal. That's the only reason why I said so.
me?
You sound great, Kelsey.
Perfect.
Always.
Okay. Let's get started. I'm so excited. Well, Justin, I know what your rating is because you spoiled it.
I didn't rate it.
I rated
Justin,
it.
I said.
I forgot and I rated it.
I thought you
But
said
then I
Justin
took the rating off.
Yeah,
thought
but
you
I
said
saw it.
Justin and I know what your rating is. That's what I
No,
thought you
no,
said.
no.
Okay, I was like, I preferably put no rating when I don't.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mags.
Thanks.
Okay, before we begin, who wants to
Hmm.
give a summary? Because I feel like it's really convoluted.
Actually, I
we
don't
have-
think it's that convoluted. I'll give it because it was my pick,
Yeah,
right?
I don't
So
remember, honestly.
I think it's definitely my pick. I think. Look, do we all have the book? Hey!
I had to buy it for this.
I know.
Oh, that's so good.
This is the only reason I bought
Look at brother Diaz right there, and Viga. I'm assuming that's Alex, right?
No, I thought that the big eyes made it Sunny. But I
No.
guess you're right. I
it.
guess
No, Sunny's the invisible.
Sonny's the invisible one next to that.
That's why I think that's Alex.
Yeah, I
you're
think
right.
that's
You know what?
Alex.
And she has an
You're
aura
right.
of reluctance,
Yes.
I find.
And sort of like a regal dress on.
You're-
so
you're
I'm
totally
assuming-
right. Yes.
I'm assuming. All right, The Devils by Joe Abercrombie. I would say in a fictional, what do you think it is, like Renaissance-ish
Yeah.
Europe, right? That era of Europe, like a
Yeah.
fictionalized Renaissance Europe. Two sectors, the East and the West of the Holy Church, are at war, and they're looking to install a new monarch in the East Empire. That is this character named Alex, who is a like street rat, and she gets approached by a nobleman saying, "Hey, you're actually the long lost heir to this huge empire.
I need that to happen to me, like
and-
right now.
Yeah, and we need to get you back there because my sister's crazy kids are going to try to take the throne wrongfully, and to get you there, we are going to enlist what is essentially a dark fantasy Suicide Squad of villains turned reluctant heroes to take you from this city to the other city and make sure you get installed as the empress of this new this empire, that to reunite the church, and there will be many problems along the way. Let's say that. But that's basically what the book is about, you know. It is very much a journey, like a journey from here to there story, where, you know, our party is trying to get from one place to another. It's very, I will say, it's very D&D coded. It is also very From Software coded in many instances as well. But that's the story. Basically, that's the summary of what the story is about.
You know what? You did a really excellent job. And when you were talking, I was like, it was a pretty simple story.
Yeah.
But because there's so many characters, I'm
There's
like,
a
well,
lot
you
of
have,
characters.
you have to talk about what Vika was doing.
Yeah, there's a lot of characters and there's a lot of things that happen
Yeah,
in these
I was like-
537 pages between the beginning and the
but
end.
simply an adventure story.
Simply an adventure story. Getting it from here to there.
From point A to point B.
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay. Justin, we know your rating. You might as well say it.
I actually, my rating, I couldn't give the full rating. I would give this book 4.5 stars.
4.5.
Mm.
Spicy.
I really enjoyed this book.
I feel like this is a you book.
This book
Your
is
aura.
plot fucking heavy.
My rating, I would also give it 4.5 stars.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm unsafe here.
I love this shit.
Oh shit, Kelsey's gonna give this thing like 2
No.
stars.
No,
This
no,
is
no,
definitely,
no,
I feel like, is this going to be like a Rage of Dragons situation? This is what I felt like.
Oh.
no, it's like a 3 to 3.5. I almost give it a 4, but I have like because like you guys are gonna say everything you like, and I'm gonna agree. So that's why I
There
think
were
it's
some.
more.
There were like a couple of ticks in the writing that kind of drove me a little crazy at some
Mm.
point,
But
especially
yeah, that's
towards the
fine.
end when I saw them coming, and that's why I didn't give this thing the full 5 stars. I don't think it's perfect, but I enjoyed these characters and the story a whole hell of a lot.
Yeah.
Have you guys read from Joe Abercrombie before?
I
No.
have not. No, I have
Okay,
not.
me neither. So a
Yeah.
lot of people say like that this is not this is like hit like is a good example of his book, but not like a lot of people say it's not the book to start with. So I'm willing to like give him another chance, because I did still like I really liked all the characters,
Mhm.
and I liked the humor of it. I think Joe Abercrombie's like very cleverly funny, which I
Mhm.
liked. But I think it was just like how much adventuring they did that I was getting a little bored, and I think that that was my main problem.
Mm.
But I
Okay.
like each individual like adventure that they had. So I don't know exactly how to convey my feelings.
Kelsey likes her D&D sessions to be we have one skirmish and then the game is over.
Li- When I played D&D, that's actually what it was. Like if it was longer than like an
We
hour
have
and a
one
half, I
we
was
have
like,
one
guys,
encounter.
We also had this one by when we were doing the Rage of Dragons book, where she was like, "Why is there so much fighting
Yes.
yeah,
in
it's
this book about fighting?" Like so.
it.
um,
Kelsey, did you get a new camera?
No,
Oh.
I did
um,
pass my finger over it to clean it, so
maybe that's it.
maybe that's what it
Um,
needed.
It seems like you're just moving in high def where normally you're in standard definition. Anyways, continue.
Kelsey, both obviously we both have this very beautiful physical edition of this book.
Hmm.
One of the things I love about it too is you can see where the parts are if you look on
Hmm.
the top of the spine, the dark areas. I thought that was cool. But did you also listen to the audiobook? I'm assuming the answer
Hmm.
is yes.
Of
I
course
thought
it
the
is.
audiobook narrator was fantastic.
Yeah, I do think he was fantastic, and it's something that I had heard before as well. Like a lot of people said that he really conveyed the emotions that
Yeah.
this book had, and I do agree. And I think he did a great job, like making the characters distinct. Because
Yes.
three of them, their names start with a B, and I'm gonna be honest, like there was some times where I was like, who? And so that it helped that he had a different voice
If
for
you include his title,
yeah
Justin, that's the other name I think begins with a B.
yeah yeah
I was-
Brother Diaz, Balthazar, and
Baptiste. There's actually four then, because
Baptiste.
there's
Yeah.
also Baron Reichard, right? The vampire.
Oh my God. Yeah, him too.
Who the hell is that?
What
She
the
asked.
hell is that?
Okay.
Okay, but he didn't talk all the time because
He
he
didn't
did a
talk all the time, but
Transylvanian
when
voice
he
for him.
talked though,
Yeah,
it was
Those
impactful.
dumplings.
Those dumplings.
yeah. That's. I think that might be like a complaint that I have. Maybe there were too many devils.
Kelsey,
Kelsey, come on.
that's what
There's
this
like
book
Maybe
is.
there's like
maybe there
six
were
there's
too
like
many.
6 whole characters in this book.
I know. There's like four of them are devils, basically.
No,
Kind
there's
of.
Sunny,
Sonny,
Balthazar,
Balthazar.
Brother Diaz.
But
He
this
counts.
isn't a devil.
He counts.
He's not a devil.
All right, but he's a main character, so
He
we'll
He's a
go
main
with
counts.
this.
character. Okay. So that
Viga,
Viga.
s-
Sonny.
Baptiste,
Here she already said
Jacob.
Sonny.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. 6.
Yeah, Alex,
Alex, 7.
So- I'm so
makes
sorry.
Brother
sense.
7.
Duke Michael,
He's
Oh,
not
yeah,
a main
he's
character.
he's not a main character. He shows up at the beginning and the end.
Yeah.
crucially.
Yes. I'm telling you, that's why it's like the fucking Suicide Squad.
It
That's
really
what
is.
It's really
Yeah.
what this book is. It's
And
like
guess
It's like we're
what
some
Corbin
kind
didn't
of
like.
Suicide Squad.
dark fantasy. Dark fantasy Suicide Squad into the point where they have a thing that if they do the wrong thing, they don't die in this instance, but they
Mhm.
like there is a threat against them if they don't do the right thing, if they don't follow orders, essentially.
Mhm.
Um,
And I liked speaking on that, like Brother Diaz's reluctance to join them at first, but his also reluctance to like be a religious figure, like in the beginning a little bit. 'Cause he's a bit
Yeah,
of a
there's
horn dog, and
As are most religious people. It's suppressed. Trust
Yeah.
me.
I guess yeah, but like I was like, sir, you are a monk. Who was your favorite character then? Because I have one. I liked all of them, but I have one that I like most.
Um, I really liked Balthazar. I liked the magician.
Mm.
Mm.
Um, I liked him a lot. I liked where his story seemed to be going,
Mm-hmm.
and then they throw the curveball at the end.
Yeah.
And I really enjoyed that character a lot.
My favorite scene with him was when he was like trying to summon that demon, and he's like, "You guys watch out, it's coming." And the demon's like, "Oh, that like I can't help
Yeah.
you with that. Bye,
Yeah. Bye.
That scene was
ciao."
great.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. I think my favorite character was Viga.
Mm.
I think she's my favorite. I like that she was sort of like the Incredible Hulk, but the non-transform version of her was also a badass, so that was fun. I liked her whole thing, like her whole vibe, and the
Hmm.
narrator voice for her was great. Like the audiobook
Yeah,
voice for her was great.
me too. I always knew
Um,
when she was talking. I was like,
yeah.
"That's
Oh,
my
you. I
girl."
mean, like, yeah. You stupid shit. Or like that was that voice. No, I thought she was great. What about you, Kelsey?
I think it's tied because I think naturally, um, I love like elves and stuff.
Mm,
So I
mm,
really liked Sunny, and I
Hmm.
liked the idea that there's, and this is what I mean. Like I think I'd continue with the series because I think um the over like arching threat of like the elves I think
mm-hmm,
is really interesting, and that Sunny's an elf that it's like is changing her ways with Alex, right?
mm.
Um,
Because she's also
is
horny.
Yes.
yeah,
Everybody in this
but
Everybody in
book
this
is
let's
book
horny.
is everybody in this book is horny as hell, except for I think Jakob of Thorn. I think is the
yeah,
only one that's
yeah.
not.
He's like, I've lived too many years.
Yes.
He's horny for death. That's
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's he's horny for death.
He's Thanos.
Yeah. I've got no
But I
horniness
like,
left. That's what.
yeah, I like that Sunny's like going against like her people's, I guess, or like expectations, but her sort of naivete as well. I liked,
Yeah.
or like awkwardness more than anything else. And I liked Alex too, and I like the little twist about who Alex really is, but that only
Yeah. I do
Sunny
like that too.
knows, and I
Mm-hmm.
think that that's really cool too. I like their like budding romance, I guess. So they would be two characters that I think would keep me reading because I'd be really interested to see like I said, the overarching like elf plot that's
I
being
have
set
bad
up.
news. I have bad news about that. So if you read his plans for the second book, it doesn't say that any of these characters are going to be in it.
Yeah, but
I can't imagine.
but elves in general
Elves will
are
be
the
in it,
over.
but I don't
Okay,
know. I don't
that could
know if
win
we
me over.
see. I don't know if we see Alex again.
I think we'll definitely.
We might hear about Alex, but I
Yeah,
don't know if we see her.
Yeah, and maybe
that's
not in
It,
the
fine.
second book, but I'm
Yeah.
I'm
sure
sure maybe
we'll see her
down
again.
the road, but yeah, that supposedly this is more of a. I hesitate to say anthology, but it's
A companion series.
I
It's like
Uh,
when
guess
each individual book follows something else, but there's like an overarching plot.
yes, yes.
Because that makes sense because when The Devils was announced, a lot of people thought it was a standalone, and I can feel that in the book too.
yeah, for
That
sure.
like their story sort of closes, but the doors are open. Obviously, like with Balthazar and
Yeah.
whatnot, like there's a clear non-ending to their ending.
Yeah.
So if even if we don't see Alex and Sunny, I think I liked the idea of royalties and elves coming
Hmm.
together when they're going to be an obvious like split in
Yeah.
this overarching plot.
It's this world is ripe for more stories to tell.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I mean, there's a little bit of that, right? They treat the elves almost like the White Walkers
Yeah, it's
in
like it
Game of
seems like
Thrones, where like
almost a non-issue to their what they're doing, but it's like an overarching threat that like you as the reader are like, okay, but like
because they keep saying
clearly
the elves are
something's up.
coming, they're gonna
Yeah,
come back. We don't know when it's gonna happen,
winter's
but
coming.
they are going to come back, right?
Yeah.
And I think the interesting thing about Sunny, right, is we hear all this stuff about elves, right? But the only elf we meet in the entire book and actually see do anything is Sunny. So our only, I think intentionally, he's like, they all say they're terrible, but the one that you've met
Is nice.
is
Yeah.
nice. So can you? It makes you question immediately, like, is this just like they're just on different sides of the same thing or
Coin,
Hmm.
yeah.
whatever, Um, so
And it sort of feels like she was like jailed just for being an elf
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
Hmm.
because she's so different. So then there was also this part of me that was like maybe waiting for Sunny to do something like horrible,
right,
and like obviously like she's not above like hurting people, but like she wasn't anything difficult like to like, you know. Well, I don't
No,
think
and
any
she
of them
doesn't, and
really
she
were,
doesn't
but
kill. I don't think she kills anyone.
I heard it just hurting.
Every
I
time she does something, it's like to like trap them or to like just
yeah
take them out of commission,
yeah
decommission them. But she actually never kills anyone.
yeah.
So that
Not
was
like our
interesting as
girl
well.
Viga.
No, Viga, Viga everywhere.
Viga said, "I'm not above killing."
No, and I really liked the way that her chapters or her sections of chapters were written, and like in her perspective, where you're sort of like in her head with the way that she perceives the world, where she like just forgets what she was talking about or forget where she was in a conversation. And I like you see it from both perspectives, right? You see it from their perspective from the outside, which they're kind of annoyed by it, and then when you're in it, you're like, oh, this is actually not a bad way to like live
I
your
also
life.
I also wonder if it was like sort of a little joke from Abercrombie that because she's a dog. So I
Oh yeah,
wonder
true,
if
yeah.
it's like is she like she's
I
getting
think
so
definitely it's part of it.
yeah.
Yeah, I think definitely it's part of it for sure.
And so I was like, this is like that's what I mean by like a clever humor.
Yeah,
It's like, yeah, because she's a dog, so obviously she's gonna get distracted. She's like, oh, that smell of that werewolf that I know is stalking us. Like,
yeah, yeah.
what's he thinking about?
And I liked her whole thing about the nutshells and stuff like that. I think all
Mhm.
that stuff is really, really clever. And like, I think all the humor mostly just comes from internally from the characters, right? It all comes out of what the characters are doing or their relationships with one another. So that's why I think it feels clever because it doesn't feel like there's not like bits, right? They're not setting up jokey scenarios for them to
Mhm.
like do things in, you know? Like she's never chasing a bone around a yard or something. You know what I mean?
No.
It's not, but I mean, they could have
Yeah.
done something like that.
Yeah.
And he could have done something like that, and they didn't. So, yeah,
I noticed none of us had our favorite character as Brother Diaz. So I'm wondering if it's just because he's sort of like the first character you meet, he's sort of like a baseline, or was Brother Diaz missing something as like our maybe not our main character, but definitely like I feel like one of the bigger main characters.
I think from the beginning of the book to the end of the book, there's no character that actually grows more.
Mhm.
And so
right.
it's not like I didn't enjoy my time with him. He's just not to me. He's not the standout character
Mhm.
for me. But I think he's a very strong and integral part of the book
Yeah,
because he's is so reluctant at first, and at the end of it, he's running around punching people in the face and sleeping with werewolves.
it's true.
This is a pretty cool guy if you get down to it.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think it's really tough to be a favorite character as like a normal just dude when all these other characters
Yeah.
exist right in this book. But I agree totally with Justin. I feel like at the beginning he seems like he's going to be sort of like a sycophantish like church guy.
Mhm.
Like at first it seems like he's going to be one of those guys like doesn't really believe but just does it for his own, good or whatever. And then there's that point where it feels like yeah, that might be kind of what he is about, but he's also is like a believer or whatever. It's not just a sham for him. And then but the way he changes and is able to move his beliefs and sort of all the stuff that he does. And I think it's really cool that they have like a big scene where his whole sort of like action moment is going through those like like the ledgers, right? The accounting books or whatever. I like that he gets his moment. Like everybody
Yeah,
else gets their big moment.
Mhm.
that was great.
He gets his big moment by doing that, and I thought that was great. Yeah. And by the end, I really liked him a lot. I was like,
Yeah.
good character. Like if he's in the next book, happy that he's in the
Yeah,
next book. You know what I mean?
absolutely.
Like that
I
would.
also could have had the whole book from his perspective as well. Like I think like you said, it's compared to like an elf and a werewolf. Like okay, obviously not,
Mhm.
but I think like even if it would have been solely from his perspective, I think I would have still like enjoyed the ride
Right. I get what
because
you're
he was
saying. Yeah.
interesting enough.
Yeah, for sure. Um, and I think they did a good job of all of them having an interesting thing right about
Mhm.
them, not just outside their power sets or their like their character type or whatever, like something in their past or in their story or whatever it was, or their present, that made them intriguing characters, right?
Mhm.
Like the revelation that Baron Ricard isn't under the binding, right? Because he has no soul, right? But he just does it because like, you know,
Why not?
why not? You gotta believe in something at some point. I've lived for so long.
Mm.
Like, it's like and I something to kind of live for. I like that. Like that was like you didn't expect that, right? And I thought that was cool. So yeah.
I forgot what I was gonna say. I
Professor?
was gonna say something. I was gonna say something and then I forgot. No, I was gonna add like, so what I was going to ask was your favorite like plot point in the book,
Mm,
and do you feel like you knew where the story was going based on what the plot beats were at the beginning of the book?
hmm.
Because
Uh,
I'll go.
yeah.
I think I did know, like, nothing that happened at the end of the book, besides like little surprises, was overall surprising to me. Like, was I shocked Duke Michael was a betrayer? No. Um, and so I think like I said, what's going to be really interesting to me, I think, is the conclusion of like the overall arching plots, like the elves and all of that, rather than maybe the distinct plots within each individual book. Because I think this one maybe was simple on purpose because it's the first book. It's introducing maybe like a bit of lore that we might need for the future books. But like in regards to a princess going to get her throne, was I shocked by that overall plot and like that betrayal? Not really.
Mm,
I mean,
interesting.
it's nothing that we haven't seen
Yeah,
before.
exactly. That's what I
We've
mean.
we've seen these notes in 1,000 different forms of media where the princess actually isn't the princess. The
Mm,
person trying to put them on the throne has nefarious ends, or nefarious plans that he's
Mm-hmm.
trying
mm-hmm.
to bring to an end. I don't know if I have like a favorite plot line of the book as much. I did really enjoy the Sunny. Um, I enjoyed the Sunny Alex romance more than the Viga brother Diaz romance, which I was also just like in on that as well because I was like, well,
Yeah.
this is like they're two different types of forbidden.
Mm-hmm.
One, it just strikes more close to home for me on the religious aspect. Um, I think I said it before, but my favorite moment of the book is when Balthazar is trying to summons the demon and everybody
Yes.
starts freaking the fuck out. I thought that was great, and the
Yeah.
demon's like, "Just call me if you've got something else that you want me to
Yeah.
do."
I think that was my favorite part
And
too.
I think his realization that there are larger forces at work besides what he could do, and the child pope is actually probably what she says, since the demon couldn't break the binding.
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
found that all to be pretty engaging.
Yeah, and this revelation, right? I think that's part of probably what the bigger series, right, ends up being about. Like that, like he's like, yeah, but if that's the truth, then we're in the end times. And they're
Mm-hmm.
like, yeah, you finally get it, man. Like we kind of trying to tell you this whole time, you know. And I like that. I like that revelation. I thought as like an overall sort of like stakes of the world revelation that
Yeah.
was really good. And I'll say like, yeah, the like, I think the book kept surprising me in the micro, right? It would be like, I think this is the way this thing is going to end. This sequence is going to end, and it kind of ends a different way, right? Like when Yakov first gets killed at the end, I was like, oh, this is like the old
Mm-hmm.
like guy who holds it together who's going to die early to kind of like change the status quo of the group.
Yeah.
And then when he comes back to life, I was like, oh, that's a like interesting like
Yeah.
twist about what the story is going to be, not the way you would really think this kind of story was going to go. And that kept going until the end, where I knew something was going to happen obviously when she became the empress, right? Because like there was still like 80 pages left in the book, so I'm like, this 80 pages is
Yeah. I
not
feel
just like
like
royal
150.
ceremonies. You know,
Yeah.
there's going to be something that happens.
Yeah.
But I think again a nice little micro like twist was that last son of Eudoxia being like a cool dude, like not
Yeah. I
being a
kind
Yeah,
of.
jerk.
I
yeah.
hoped I like them a little bit together.
Yeah, but with how they do, he does a really good job in like, I don't know, 3 pages and making you go like,
Yeah.
oh, this guy's kind of cool, and then he's dead, you know. But like,
I was like, she'll be fine with
Mhm.
He's
him.
like, let's just drink some wine and
yeah, yeah.
we'll face this together. And it's just like, okay.
And
And
what did
then,
he say?
yeah.
You like rings more than fingers? Is that what he said?
Yeah.
Which I thought was a very funny like metaphor for it. I liked it a lot. So like those little things I really like, the micro twists I was really into.
Mm-hmm.
And because of that, I think even though yes, like this idea of like her uncle obviously being sort of like corrupt is something we've seen before, I wasn't really like thinking about it too hard because of all the little
Mm.
like twists that were happening along the way. You know, I was like, well, he surprised me like 7 other times, so maybe this is a surprise, maybe it's not. You know what I mean? But like getting to that ending, I think I was surprised, right, that like how deep the sort of conspiracy went. I didn't know it was going to go like the church also set her up to
Yeah.
die. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I didn't know that was
Yeah,
going to be the
that's true.
case
I
or not.
forgot that that
You
was
know,
another twist.
I really wanted her to kill Cardinal Zishka or whatever when she
Mm.
came to visit near the end, but yeah.
Were we
Uh
surprised that not everybody made it out?
I was surprised who died. I would say that. I wasn't surprised. I knew somebody was going to die,
Yeah.
obviously. Baptiste, and the way she died I wasn't expecting.
I really, yeah, it was sad because I think Baptiste is another example of like a character that's normal in
Mhm.
comparison to like all the different um magical characters that we had,
Yeah.
but she was still like a solid character that I
Mhm.
liked.
Yeah.
So I think it was quite sad. Um
She was real cool. That
I
was
also
the
She
didn't
was
believe it.
awesome.
She was
Yeah.
awesome. That was the thing about her.
I
Yeah.
kept hoping that it wasn't
Yeah.
true.
I was like I couldn't believe that it
Yeah.
was her that would die.
Yeah.
Again,
I thought
like
maybe Yakov would die because I was like, wouldn't that be a funny little?
Yeah. Yeah. Mhm. But I like that, and but in retrospect, she's like the perfect character to do it to, because you've got Balthazar, who kind of like has like this unrequited horniness for her, right? And a kind of affection for her, even though they're rivals. You've got Jakob, who loves her. Obviously, she's like a kind of like a staunch like companion for him. You've got Viga killing her, which is like a big deal for Viga, right? To do that, like you tell like how much it crushes her. So there's a lot of characters. Even
affected by it.
Alex, obviously, all of them are affected by it because she is like kind of just cool to everybody. She doesn't seem to have any like hang-ups or prejudices or anything, right? She just, and I love that every time something happens, she's like, oh yeah, I spent like a summer
It's
doing
it's
this.
it's that scene where they're in the stockade, her and
Yeah.
Balthazar, and he's trying to like charm his way out, and she's like, "You bitch." And it turns out she knows the lady, and she was just letting him hang himself. Like just
Yeah.
a cool character.
Yeah, very cool.
Yeah, that
Very
was a
cool.
good scene too. Actually, that was funny.
Yeah.
Like it was like 2 pages. You're like, what's going on here?
Yeah.
Tension.
It's like a little mini story. It's like, oh, this Duke and this Duchess are actually married and they're going to war because they're just having relationship problems.
Oh my god, I loved that. I was
Yeah.
like, that is so.
Kelsey, are you
funny.
sure you didn't actually want to give
But
this
that's
book
but
4
that's what I'm saying.
stars?
I literally told you guys. You guys are gonna talk about the book, and I'm gonna tell you I liked it. I think it was just. I think I'm not a person. I think that it's like too much fighting. I'm like, oh no,
But the
when are we
fighting was
getting to the
all
point?
broken up with, in Rage of Dragons, the fighting is broken up with training for fighting.
Mhm.
In this book, the fighting is broken up with like actual good story beats and
No, but
also
I
a lot of fucking.
agree.
And I did laugh out loud reading it like several times. There were several times where I actually laughed while I was reading the
Yes.
book. And I'll say, like, just to speak to the action scenes, like they usually like ended like a section, usually like the big action scenes,
Yeah.
right? There were sub ones, but like I think he writes that action so well. Like I really the way he builds it and the way he would like just zip between the different groups of characters doing their different thing. It felt very, like every time, like cinematic. Like it was like, okay,
Mm.
now we're here and now we're going to do this. And now while this is going on though, while Sonny and Alex are up on the top of the ship masts, Jakob is down here dueling with the Duke, and Brother Diaz and Viga are over here trying to live, and the werewolf is loose. All this kind of stuff. I really liked all of that stuff a lot. The way they built those scenes. I just was very engaged in them when they were happening. Yeah. So Kelsey,
Yeah.
what is your ding against it? What takes it down from, you done it? You said 3 to 3.5, so that's not even
Yeah.
like 4. So I'm
Yeah.
just curious. Other than the fact that there was fighting.
Yeah. I think it. I think maybe it was a little long for what it was. I think too might be a part of it because I'm very much like when when things are happening, like, did there need to be three brothers? Could there have been two? Like, I'm sort of like that, where there's like some things that add to the lengthiness of a book that I sometimes feel is unnecessary. It starts to grate on me. It's not that I think in total it's unnecessary or like it's not fun or whatever. It's just that because it's bothering me that it's long, it starts to grate on me when there's like additional stuff that I feel like, okay, like we just move forward past this or whatever. So I think that's a part of it. Um, but and maybe it's his writing style too. Like maybe it just didn't click with me, and so like as we were moving forward in the book, I was just like hitting the beats more than anything else.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'd have to read um the Bleed itself, the first law book, to really see if it's like his writing style or if it just was
Mm-hmm.
the plot that wasn't it for me. Because
Gotcha.
sometimes like I'm gonna use Wheel of Time, my enemy, as an example, but like people love the Wheel of Time, and like I literally want to gouge my eyes out when I'm reading it. It's
Do
so
you keep
boring.
reading it though?
Yeah, but not because I'm having fun. Because
Okay.
I'm a completionist.
All right.
I
That's your
see.
own fault though.
It's definitely my own fault. And every time I post a terrible review, I have 3 friends, real life friends, who reply to my story and they say, "Don't worry, the next one's better." And then I'm like, "No, it wasn't." And then when I give it a 3 stars, they're like, "Yay, thank God." And so I haven't continued because I'm like, I need a break. And so I think that's what it like. Sometimes I'm not like a battle
Mm.
person, I think is what it is. And like sometimes when there's too many battles, even if there's like fun parts, I'm like, oh. But I'm like that in video games too. Like if I just finish something like a battle and then I have to go do something else, I'm like, oh my God, give me a break to run around on the horse. Like,
I mean, a couple standout things from the battles for me. When Balthazar raises like that pit of the dead from underneath the church that's falling off the cliff. And I think part of this too is the whole time I'm thinking like, this is gonna rule as a movie. Like the whole time
Yeah,
I'm
the whole
reading
time I was reading it, I
I
was like,
think,
"This is gonna be so good."
and I think like, I'm not going to accuse Mr. Joseph Abercrombie of doing this. However, I do think he was writing this and also thinking that. Like, I think he was like,
But he was
this is
totally right because it's
He's
gonna
totally
rule
right,
as a
though.
movie.
this is a banger scene.
Yeah, it's a banger scenes. But again, I don't know because we haven't read his other books, right? I don't know if this is how he's
Yeah.
always done his action scenes or whatever. But like,
That's it. Like, I have nothing to compare it to. But I was watching a lot of reviews today because I really wanted to formulate my thoughts because I was
mm,
saying, like, why is it a 3 stars? Even though I'm telling you guys, I enjoyed everything.
mm-hmm. Yeah,
And like I think I'm cutting it down to the writing and whatnot, but some people said like it feels like he knew this was going to be a sick movie, and if you like this you'll probably like all of his other stuff,
mm-hmm.
but if you like like if you like some of his other stuff you might not like this. Like he's a very like action forward writer, so a
Mm-hmm.
lot of people it's like a give or take within the books, even within the series it's one or the
Right.
other sometimes. And another thing was that a lot of people were like, you could tell like he wants this to be his like movie, and I think it does work as a movie, and I think I would probably enjoy it a lot.
Because it's funny, we were reading Rage of Dragons. Like,
Mm.
a lot of the videos I would see would be people being like, if you like this, read Joe Abercrombie. Like that's like a lot of what
Yeah.
like those books would say, you know. So I've always been interested in his writing. But this is great because it's like a new series, right? So I don't have to dive back into a series and commit to a series that already
Exactly.
existed.
Yeah.
One of the things I do like that it was a fantasy version of the real world, so that
Mm.
like the locations and stuff are just like, oh, I know where
Where they
Naples is.
Yeah.
You know, like I don't have to be like, well, oh, but where, you know, in what fictional country is this kingdom located? It's like,
Yeah.
no, these places are just in the places that they
Venice.
Like
were.
Renaissance.
Yeah. And I like that, but it's interesting because I think like the holy city, right? The main holy city is not Rome, right? It's like it's in the northern Africa, according to the map. There is a holy city in the Rome area, but they say that's been
Mm-hmm.
taken over by elves or whatever it was, sacked by elves or whatever. So it was easy to like track their journey. In yeah, right in the front.
Yeah.
There's a map. So you see like the holy city right in the
Yeah,
bottom
yeah.
left corner, and Troy obviously right where like Turkey or whatever is, you know.
Yeah.
So it was really easy to like follow along with it and be like, okay, I can track their journey pretty easily. You
Mhm.
know, they kind of went like basically across both oceans through like across Italy, across Serbia, and then over to Troy. which I really
Well, the
liked.
holy city, I think, is in Rome.
Well, no, because there is the holy city down here.
Yeah,
And
but
the
I think it's just showing because
Yeah, but no, but they crossed the remember they were like, we don't want to pass Sicily. We don't want to go to
Oh
Sicily.
yeah.
So there's no way that they were already in Rome, because why would they go that way? You know what I mean? Because they went to Naples. So they said they went past Sicily, and they had to go take the water across to go that way. You know?
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
yeah. Because I think it's like that the boat is their path. You know, that
Okay.
what their path
Yeah.
is supposed to be, and then they end up crashing,
Yeah,
and
that
then
makes sense.
and they end up in the
Yeah,
village.
because I was seeing the whole. I was like, oh, the Vatican.
And they were
Yeah.
never that far from the
Duh.
coasts.
No, they were never that far from the coast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I just thought it was the Vatican.
Me
I
too.
was
That's
like,
what I thought too, Kelsey. And then I looked at the map and I was like, I
Yeah.
don't think so.
no,
You
yeah. You
know?
could tell I looked at the map one time when I opened the book and I said, okay.
I forgot there was a map.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I said, where is it?
I was like in the midst of that ship accident when I was like, I want to like
Know where they
contextualize
are,
in my
yeah.
brain where they are right now. You know, like that a lot. I really liked the descriptions of the city of Troy. Like I really could picture it in my head.
Mhm.
You know, like that long elevator ride up and like the gardens and the throne room and the geography of it. I really liked, like the secret passageways and all that stuff.
I think description wise, he's very good.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I think something that I think I appreciate. I feel like I'm like I love this book so much.
Yeah.
I something that I appreciated in his writing was that I feel like I was really able to at least visualize everything, even if it wasn't
Mhm.
exactly the way he said it. Like I have visions of the characters in my head
Yeah.
that I feel like he was able to paint a picture enough that I was able to like picture them in my
Mhm.
head and like as if it was a movie sort of thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Makes sense for sure.
Like Sunny, I have
totally
a very clear image.
agree. Yeah.
You know, Viga, obviously, Brother Diaz. Like I feel like I
Mm.
just have like clear images of them, even though I know we have the pictures of them. Like it's not even what I pictured them as. you
Yeah,
know?
no, me neither. Actually, it's funny because we have these
Yeah.
pictures. It's like the first thing you see when you open the book, right?
Like
it's
Brother
not-
Diaz is hot. That's not how I imagine.
I know. I was
you
gonna
know?
say he's like,
Well, I mean, Viga
Yoked.
describes him in
Yeah.
great detail about that shirt sticking to his chest and him being kind of ripped.
yeah.
Yeah, she was a horn dog too.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. Even horny people have some standards.
I think it's also because when they
Sometimes.
say monk, I just imagine like
Me too. I'm like he's bald.
Friar Tuck. You know?
Yeah,
that's
he's
what I
bald. Like this. Like that's what I figured.
He's a
Like
warrior
he has,
monk.
he has like not like hair, not what I imagined. You know.
Yeah. It's completely.
I was imagining like Vin Diesel, kind of.
Yeah.
Wait,
That's
you
what
were
I was-
imagining Vin Diesel?
Yes.
Like super ripped Vin Diesel?
Yes. But like
Okay.
as a
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. I thought
Yeah,
you were
yeah.
like,
as a monk.
As
I
a
see. Okay.
Like I wasn't imagining this like little boy that's here. Like
Well, when they first kick it off, I just pictured an older man, like
Yeah, me too.
mid
Yeah, but that's what I'm
mid
saying.
60s.
yeah.
how old's Vin Diesel?
50s. He's probably in his 50s.
Absolutely not.
Vin Diesel's got to be in his 50s.
I would say his 50s. Kelsey, forget where he's
He's
not that.
58. So
Okay, he's
basically
in his
60,
50s. He's
basically
in his 50s.
It's
In
basically
did
60
it
to
begin
me.
with a 5?
Yeah.
That's in his 50s.
Basically
When was the
60
last
to
time you
me.
saw Vin Diesel in anything? He probably was in his 40s. Considering your movie watching habits, Kelsey.
The last time I saw Vin Diesel,
Yeah.
it was in when Paul Walker died.
Okay, so
Fast
yeah.
7.
Okay, so about 10, 12 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Uh-huh.
Welcome to the passage of time. It's kind of like a wheel.
Stop. Yeah, and I imagine Viga as like a crazy, like witchy looking girl.
Oh, I pictured Viga as more of like a ripped like Norse woman, like
Really?
That's
Oh,
what
Yeah.
That's what they describe her as. She's huge and ripped.
just huge. She's
Yeah.
picking up axes and hucking them at
Absolutely.
people.
Absolutely, guys. Absolutely. But I imagined her as a witch with like just like crazy hair. That's how I imagined her.
Yeah, I picture her being like completely disheveled all the
Yeah,
time, but
that's
like
it, that's what I
she's like an Amazonian woman.
Yeah, of course, she's a werewolf.
Yeah.
Didn't,
I think
yeah. Like
when
I wasn't
when they
imagining
make
like
the-
CW werewolf.
when they make this movie, I want to see if it'll work in the will it paste in the chat?
I have
No,
to-
it won't. Hold on a second. Let me give you the link then. Hold on a second. Open image in new tab.
We should do a fan cast.
I can definitely think of this. Is the actress? Click on that.
Hold on, I have to figure. Oh, there it is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thereabouts.
Katie O'Brien, who was
Yeah.
in The
Yeah.
Mandalorian, and she's in that movie Love
With
Lies
Kristen
Bleeding
Stewart.
with Kristen Stewart. Kristen Stewart
Yeah.
would be a great Sunny.
She would be a great
She would
Sunny.
be a
My God.
fantastic Sunny. Her little elf-like demeanor.
Exactly.
And she's so awkward.
Yeah, she'd be great at it.
She would be.
She'd be
She
great
would
at it.
be. Okay, that's our fan casting
Mhm.
for Sunny.
I don't know. That's Katie O'Brien was the one I thought of the most. Balthazar, I imagine, is like a like a really skinny, like tall, sort of like lanky person.
David Tennant.
I think David Tennant's too old though, right?
Timothy Chalamet
Timothy Chalamet
is too young, I think.
Too young, and I
personally.
think too short. He's like a little
Yeah.
like Hobbit boy, you know.
He's a short king.
He's a short king.
He's like, he was just what I think of when I think of like super skinny.
I
See,
love
the thing is, like, I don't think they don't describe Balthazar in a way where he's like unattractive and he's well
I'm sorry,
spoken.
2 seconds.
Yeah.
Are you telling me that David Tennant and or Timothy Chalamet are unattractive people?
I wasn't that. These are points that I was not trying to make.
David Tennant is the perfect build and frame and look. I just think he's a little too old. That's that's the only thing I would say.
David Tennant's so hot.
I don't disagree with you, Kelsey. I'm just saying.
I mean, I do, but it's okay.
Wait, I'm sorry. You find him ugly?
I didn't say I find him ugly. I just don't particularly find him attractive. That's okay.
Like
You can't find everybody attractive.
even
Let
though
me
he's
look
not
up
that much
skinny
younger.
actors.
I would
like
cast
a-
Vin
like a-
Diesel
a
in his
Tom
place.
Hiddleston would be good as like a
Yes.
Balthazar,
You know
feel
who would
like?
be good? You know who would be good? Actually, the guy that played President Snow in
Oh, the new one, the Songbird Snakes.
Okay, I was gonna
Uh,
say
not
he's a little
Donald
old.
Sutherland.
no, not Donald. What's his name?
I don't know the actor's name,
Hold
but
on.
I know
It's
I know
Tom
who
something.
I know
Hold on.
of whom you
Andrew
speak.
Garfield's gonna play Brother Diaz. He's already
Andrew
did his,
Garfield
What?
would be great
That's
as
fa-
Brother Diaz.
that actually works so well.
That would be awesome.
We've already seen him be a missionary in a weird country or a foreign
It's
country.
true. Yeah, it's absolutely true. He'd be perfect, actually.
That would be. That's actually perfect.
What a perfect casting for that.
That is a really perfect casting.
How old do we think Jakob of Thorn looks? Obviously,
Young.
he's like 200 years old.
No, I don't think he looks
No,
young.
They don't think
He's
he looks
Not-
young.
And okay,
He's look
like
like he's 20 years old.
40,
but like,
50 is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Not
okay.
200 is what I
no,
meant.
no, no, but like 50s, you think, right?
Yeah.
I would say,
Yeah.
or I would say early
I would
50s.
say like yeah.
I
like
was
late
really
40s.
picturing Carl Urban in my head most of the time.
Ooh,
Ooh,
Carl Urban.
Urban.
hold on.
Look at Carl
Nice.
Urban, like The Boys.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, but he has to be bald. I mean, obviously
don't
Carl
see-
Urban could be bald. I just see him as being bald. I don't know why.
They never said he was bald, though.
I know. I just see it.
You think everybody's bald?
I don't think everybody's
You saw
bald.
Yakov as bald?
I don't think so.
I did. I saw him as like a warrior. So like at least close to the
Warriors. What does warrior mean? Bald. What is?
like hair close to the scalp. He would think of it as a weakness, so he could grab it.
Military.
Oh,
Like,
like
like
shaved
military shaved down.
Oh,
okay,
yeah.
Gotcha. I see what
Fine.
you're saying now.
But I
thought you
also
meant-
don't agree. But fine.
I don't agree either. I definitely saw him with like look at like Kingdom of Heaven. Like I saw him with, like
flowing
I see,
locks.
like Ned
No.
Stark. Yeah. Like
yeah, he's like
I
a
didn't see
medieval
that.
warrior dude. You
All right,
know?
fair enough.
He's not like He's not like a modern military man.
But he could be if they do a
If
little
it
twist.
if it keeps going to the future,
Yeah.
yes, absolutely.
I think.
By that time, the poor guy will not be able to blink.
Yeah,
he'll be in so much
I think If
pain.
he lasts this long, then he would be a military guy.
I think Kenneth Branagh would be a real good Duke Michael.
Kenneth, you guys know.
I mean,
I mean,
Bobby knows.
we're not,
Bobby
we're,
knows.
we're not. I'm not naming unknown actors.
No,
right
no, no. I
now.
know exactly who they are when I see a picture of them.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
is he was in Harry Potter. which I
Gilderoy
know that
Lockhart from
yes.
Harry Potter. Yeah.
Yeah, I do see that.
You know what I
That-
mean?
Hmm
Like, I
I think I was picturing him in a way.
You know
Yeah,
what?
I didn't know.
Too.
You know that the D&D movie, the
Yeah, of course.
the not the elf. I guess she's an elf.
The druid. You're talking about
The
one that
druid. The druid.
shapeshifts?
I saw Baptiste as her.
That she'd be great as that. Sophia Lillis. She'd be great as that. But I think they would cast. I feel like Baptiste is obviously French. Let's be right, Kelsey.
I don't know. She didn't really. I mean,
Her
I guess
name is Baptiste. What else
Like,
would she be?
yeah, but I saw her more like piratey vibes.
She could
Well,
be a
she
French
lived.
pirate.
She lived a lot of lives.
That's
Yeah.
true. Yeah,
She did a lot of things.
I'm forgetting that this is Europe, so like she could very well be. She probably is
Mhm.
very French.
Yeah.
But like I
Yeah.
don't like a French actress.
I mean, we can't
That's
use. I don't think we can
cool.
use the default French actress who is what's her name, Léa Seydoux, right?
Oh yeah.
No, she's too old
No,
for that,
she's
and she's busy with Hideo Kojima.
I mean, I don't think Léa Seydoux is that old, but
She's I don't think she's old in
she's
general,
your
but
age.
I think Baptiste was a younger character for sure.
she lived a lot of lives, though. I don't know. I don't know how young
I don't
she's
know. I
meant
saw
to
her as
be.
40.
What?
Yeah, that's kind of what I thought too.
Really? I saw her as like 27.
No, or like mid 30s.
27?
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't even know life.
Well, I mean, this is Europe in these medieval
That's true.
Renaissance times.
When you're 27, you're almost dead, right? And
You are basically almost dead. It's how did you make it this
That's what
far?
I thought when I was 27.
Jesus Christ!
I remember us having this conversation.
And then
Kelsey.
COVID
You were
happened.
27?
You were
yeah,
like, I
'cause that
turned
was-
27, and I was like, okay, Kelsey.
First of all,
Sorry,
when
I
I
work-
turned 27, I was like, this is my year. And then COVID happened.
Sorry, I work with a girl who's 22, and she was telling me she's like, I miss being 18, and I was like, well, I'm gonna hit you with my car now.
I don't miss being 18. I think
She's
when
like,
I was
I just feel-
22,
I feel
missed
so
being
much-
18.
She's like, I feel so much older.
Yeah.
It's like,
Um,
okay.
I think COVID did that to a lot of us. I'm trying to find a good Baptiste.
Like Jakob, obviously this is too old, but like, I mean, it feels like it's fucking Sean Bean, you know, to me. You know what I
Yes, yes.
mean? Like that's what it feels like to me. He's too old, obviously now, but like that is what it feels like to me. Like his whole vibe.
Yeah, Ned
like a
Stark.
northern Englishman. Yes, exactly. Yeah. What about Vampire Boy?
Timothy
Riker.
Chalamet.
You're just gonna
No,
pick
he
Chalamet
never
for
gets
everything.
that young. He never get the youngest he needs to get is like mid 40s, right? That's his
See,
Yeah.
Tenet could be him.
Tenet could be him.
Yeah, Tennant could be. Him.
Tenet would be great, actually. Would be really great.
Who
as
did we
him.
pick for Balthazar?
Did we pick?
We didn't
anybody?
actually pick anybody.
Mm.
Or did we? And we just forgot.
No, we didn't. We didn't pick anybody.
Oh, I
Nick
said
Fury.
Hiddleston. I said Hiddleston.
Oh yeah.
Oh
Oh
he's
yeah.
real-
And then I was supposed to find the guy from.
And then we switched over to what's it called? We said
It was because you said Andrew Garfield. Was
Andrew
Brother
Garfield would be
Diaz.
great. Yeah.
Going down on the shit with that one.
I mean that's a great one.
No, I think
I mean,
that's
Andrew
like-
Garfield-
Brody would also be really good as
Mhm.
Balthazar.
Yeah.
This is the
Adrian
kind of
Brody-
vibe
yeah,
I'm looking for. You know what I mean? Like
I see it.
a little bit creepy, but also like a
Yeah.
little bit handsome. You know, like that weird
Yeah.
mid point. You know, like a like a little bit creepy, a little bit handsome, like that weird middle ground between the two. Um, I don't know, not Rami Malek. He's too weird.
No, Rami Malek makes like maybe it's because the first time I ever saw him was in Twilight, but I feel like he gives like quiet, creepy vampire in the corner.
Rami Malek can't act like a normal human being. So I feel like
Yeah.
he could maybe be good as one of like the cousins,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
weird cousins.
Yeah.
Whoever you cast as those characters are gonna have a ball. They're gonna get like 2 scenes and they're gonna be like crazy big,
Yeah.
flamboyant, like actors.
Did
to
we
do
cast
that.
Alex?
No, but I feel
No.
like Alex. I don't see her
I feel like, yeah.
as anyone we know.
I feel like Alex would be like an unknown, like a young
I think
unknown.
an unknown actress.
Or somebody that's on some streaming show that we've never seen. That they're like they pluck her out and they put her in the movie.
Yeah,
You know
like
what I mean? Like
Haymitch in the new Hunger Games.
but who's playing Haymitch in the new Hunger Games?
This guy from We Were Liars.
Oh, okay. I'm just looking at. I'm looking at. I typed in tall, thin actors.
I literally did that before skinny actors.
Yeah, that's what I would feel like. I mean, Alex is what? Alex is like, was like 19, right?
Yeah.
Actresses.
And I feel like she kind of has to be unknown because I think it goes with, like, she was like a little street rat.
Yeah, totally, absolutely. Yeah, I mean,
If
And she's-
anything, or someone that's like in a couple of things, like you said, like a streaming that's like relatively popular that people would know.
and obviously they're not going to cast anybody who's like actually ferrety or mousy. but it's got to be somebody who is not like, this is the most beautiful person I've ever seen, like no matter what they look like. You know what I mean? Like it's got to be somebody who at
Like
least
Margaret
can
Qualley.
pass. Yes,
Oh.
Margaret
They're
Qualley.
like, oh my god, she's so mousy and
I
they're
watched
like,
this-
See
this is
that woman at the
literally
end,
the
though.
most beautiful girl I've ever seen.
I watched
She
The
could be-
Substance last night.
Oh yeah,
That was an
Nice.
experience.
oh yeah, it's a crazy movie.
Yeah.
She could be the woman at the end though. That's really the Empress or whatever. You know, like she could be her, for sure.
Oh, who's not the Pope? Her like underling.
Cardinal Zizka.
Yes.
She's got to be an older lady, like an older, but like at least in her
Yeah.
50s, I think,
Yeah.
right?
40s,
Has to have a lot of
50s.
presence, right? Like I'll say this: the person who plays Alex has to have like Maisie, what's her name? Maisie Williams energy,
Mhm.
like Arya Stark energy. She's got to
Mhm.
have that kind of energy to her. Not that actress because she's too old now, obviously, but like
And too well known.
too well known. But
Like people are just gonna see her as Arya.
and it's too much, actually, oddly, like when they cast Sean Bean as Ned Stark, and you're like, why did they cast him just to play Boromir again? Like that's what it felt like.
Because he has
You
to
know?
That
die.
was so clever. Yeah, that
It
was
very
clever.
gonna be very clever because she's such a great actress. But I'm just saying, like, but that's the kind of like person, like like that
Mhm.
sort of vibe and look is what we need for it.
Maybe like Cersei's actress.
Oh, Lena Headey, you mean?
Yes.
I mean, she.
Lena
Oh
Headey.
yes, as Cardinal Zizka.
Like I feel like that works.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
For
Because
that
she,
works.
sure.
she plays a
That
character that
works.
you are already scared of.
Yes. And she can be oddly warm, but then quickly turn it into like
we're like
terror.
oddly warm, but you're like, I don't know.
Yeah, what's going on with you, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
She's offering me tea, but should I drink it?
Yeah, 100%. Yes, absolutely. Like totally agree. Unfortunately, in our reality, it'd probably be like Millie Bobby Brown who will play what's her name?
That's exactly who's
Alex.
gonna play it.
Yeah.
I don't think it would be Millie, but she doesn't take risks.
She doesn't take anything that's not on Netflix. Is the other
Yeah.
thing. She doesn't do anything that's not Netflix. So
Yeah.
But yeah.
Oh, but Andrew Garfield's so good at his brother Diaz. I can't even believe this.
Yeah.
That's like the best casting I've ever
Yeah,
seen.
but I know you could just say Andrew Garfield is so good and then name any movie.
I know, but this is like the perfect type of
This
role
is
for
the
him.
perfect role, like because
this
you could
is-
see him in the
yes.
robes because we've already seen it,
Yeah, and also
and
it's
he's
like
so goddamn handsome.
he's very handsome, you know, but
So
likes
British.
to play like characters who are kind of like in their head and like a little bit weird, you know. So like he would definitely be down for that. I feel like.
Well, we just got to get in touch with Hollywood.
Oh, I mean she's not French, but Florence Pugh could absolutely play Baptiste,
Mhm.
1,000,000%.
And as
Yeah.
we know, she's great at accents.
She's
Russian,
yeah,
American, British.
She's got him.
Just-
She's got him.
Just throw in the French.
Uh
there.
huh. She would be great as Baptiste.
Yeah, she would actually.
Yeah.
That's a good like her vibe, like as
That vibe, and there's nobody else
Yeah.
that has Florence Pugh's vibe. That's the problem when you try to like cast somebody who's a similar vibe.
Yeah.
But I think we did a good
Mhm.
job. Did we forget
You did a
anybody?
great job.
Duke Michael we said.
Duke Michael, we said.
Yeah, Gilderoy.
Did we settle on Balthazar? Who do we say? I know.
I don't think we did. I think
Bill Pullman.
Bill Pullman's too old to play Balthazar.
just
Do you
not
think
see the
so?
vision.
Bill Pullman is like 65 years old.
His son,
Oh, Lewis Pullman.
Lewis. Excuse me.
Lewis Pullman, not too bad. But too, I think, just kind of aw shucks handsome. Like he looks like, you know, he grew up in Kansas and like, you know,
Because imagine Bill Pullman
No,
being like,
he looks too sweet.
he's too
the
sweet.
4th
Yeah,
of
he's
July will no longer be known as an American. Huh? They'll be like,
he
what
would
are you
definitely
saying?
more be a Brother Diaz than he would be a Balthazar.
Yeah. All right, we got to back
I
up for
think
Brother
Jack
Diaz.
Quaid would be cool.
As who? Balthazar?
Balthazar.
Actually, yes, that's
If he was old,
perfect.
a little
Jack
bit
Quaid?
older.
But he's like a little too sweet. He's like a little cutie pie.
He's
sweetie
still
pie.
sweet, but I feel like he has that like ruggedness.
I guess he's like too much of a sweetie pie.
What
I feel
about-
like
what
Balthazar
about-
has to feel European to me. You know, and that's why I'm shying away from like American actors because like especially like that because they feel too like you know too just like oh
What about the guy
like
who played It?
Cumberbatch would be like that's the kind of vibe I'm looking for. You know,
No, the
Not-
guy who
not
played It.
Cumberbatch.
It?
Oh, one of the Skarsgård. Oh, Bill Skarsgård. Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes. He could
I can
also
see
play
that a
that
bit.
vampire as well.
I had
but-
no idea that Loki from Vikings was also a Skarsgård.
Mhm.
Is it Which one is it?
It's the older brother, I think.
It's not. It's not Alexander, right?
No,
He was the True Blood one, right?
no.
Um,
It's an old.
Yet
It's I
another.
think the oldest one.
Because I was bringing this point up and I was like, oh, yeah, this is like a famous family to a coworker. And then I looked it up and I'm like, what the fuck? Another one?
Well, it's just
Yeah.
like the other Hemsworth being in what's it called?
Yeah, but they're not old.
Westworld.
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
Yeah.
It's like there's another one.
Oh no,
This
he's
one-
not the oldest. Alexander's the oldest.
Okay.
He was so good in Murderbot.
Oh, did you watch all of that? I haven't
Alexander?
watched it yet. Yeah.
I
he's
haven't
great.
watched it. I haven't watched it. I because I'm worried that I'm not gonna like it.
I enjoyed it. I haven't read the books,
Does it
so
follow? Oh, so you?
I never read the books, so
You wouldn't know. I was wondering how many
wouldn't know.
books it covers.
I think the next book is the next season. So like
The books
So
are
something-
like
a lot
100
of them.
pages.
I know that, but in those
They get
collected
longer, though.
versions,
They get longer though.
and that
Yeah,
first
yeah.
collected, it's like the first 3 books.
Okay.
And
Okay, so you're
I
talking
think
about the
that the
collected
second
books.
the
Yeah.
second season, I think, is like the next one.
The next collection.
Yeah, the next
Gotcha.
collection,
Okay.
because I think the name of the season's match. I can't remember, something protocol.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, because I'm
uh,
gonna reread them because
I've read the first 3 books and I like them a lot, but I just
me too. But I gave them again. I gave them 3.5s. But now I'm looking back at them fondly. Like, I'm
So
like,
the
"Oh,
first
yeah,
2
I
books
like
are All
them."
Systems Red and Artificial Condition,
Mhm.
and then the 3rd book is called Rogue Protocol.
So I think Rogue Protocol is going to be the next.
Okay. Because at a
season.
certain point they do go from being novellas to being more
Books.
Yeah.
books.
It's 1, 2, 3, 4 are novellas. 5 is
Okay.
a full length book.
okay.
6, 7 I think is novellas, and or 6 is a novella and 7's a full
Okay.
length.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just like Skarsgård, so
Yeah.
I like all the Skarsgårds.
he
Put
was
them in
like
everything.
I saw an interview with him and he was like, they kind of I've never read the books. He's like they pitched it to me and before I read it I thought it was going to be like this like serious like kind of like dystopian sci-fi thing, and then I read it and I was like, this is really funny and totally
Yeah.
different from all the stuff that I usually get to do. So he's like it kind of scared me, but then I was like, I'm just going to do it.
And I think like that's always like a good like creative project too. Like I feel the same about the Devils too, where it's like you could tell that there's like humor and like
Mhm.
a twist on things that I think is fun. Like I think the Devils is definitely like a twist on like a Renaissance like fantasy
yeah,
thing.
for sure.
Like
absolutely.
there's a scene where one of them writes a spell in like poop because
yeah,
they don't
exactly.
have like
Balthazar,
anything
yeah.
else around them. Yeah, Balthazar.
yeah.
And it's like, oh,
poop and fingernails.
Well,
You're
even
like,
the fact that it's like
nice.
the binding just makes you vomit everywhere.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't kill you, it doesn't make your brain explode. It just makes you horribly
And apparently
sick.
these are common in his books. Very common.
Very common. Okay,
That's what I've
well, that's good to
heard.
know. That makes me want to read the other books more.
Yes, it
to be
does.
honest with you.
Yeah.
Well, that's part of his like I think what people call is the charm of his like grit
mhm.
is that he's like, you know what, throw in some poop in there. Why
Yeah.
not?
I mean, the thing I like about it is that if it taken itself extremely seriously, I don't think I would have been as into it. I'd have been like, all right, man, you're kind of just taking this all.
I think if it
a
had
little
been
too
serious,
crazy.
it would have been like boring.
Yeah, I agree.
more boring
Absolutely,
than, like,
yes. Uh-huh.
That for me the bore comes from the length, but I think it would have just been even more
Long
because
was
it would have
this
been something
anyway?
that we've seen even more before, kind of thing.
550.
I'm not saying the book itself was long. I'm talking about like how I felt reading it.
Well, when you
Yeah.
talk about the length of the book,
Yeah, but like I'm saying the length of like the experience. Like I've read 1,000-page books that I don't find feel long. That's what I'm
I
trying
gotcha.
to say. Like this
Yeah.
book felt long to me,
fair
even
enough.
though it was only 5
Yeah, I mean, I think that's why it's a 4.5 star for me and not a 5 star for me. Honestly, Kelsey, is that there were times where I was like, okay, I feel like I could skim this page. Like that
Yes,
definitely happened. And like
exactly.
when that happens, I'm like, okay, this is not like the top of the top list for me. But I did like really, really enjoy it. And every time we got to one of those climactic chapters, I was like so super into it.
Yeah.
And I really cared about the characters. Like you said, that was the biggest thing for me was like, when I found myself actually giving a shit about like what was going to happen to these people, that's when I was like, okay, the book got me.
Yeah.
And even at the end, like when, Balthazar comes back, right. And he's like dressed as like the guard or whatever. And he shows up. I'm like, oh, that's so cool. And then he's like, and he says to Vigga, like, hey, will you make some bodies for me? And she's like, yeah, I fucking will, or whatever. I'm
Yeah,
like,
she's like,
yeah,
I would love to.
yeah, or whatever. I was like psyched about it, you know. I was like, this is so fun that
I
they're
literally
using all their
smiled.
powers
I
together,
was like,
you
she's
know.
so funny.
She's so funny. She's so funny. When Brother Diaz says like, you know, I kind of fell into the church, and she goes, yeah, cock first. And I love that conversation that he had with her, and he was like, look, you didn't do anything wrong. Like, this is all the things I'm going through right now are about me, not about you. You know, when she was like, oh, I thought I disgusted you or whatever, and he goes, no, not at all, or whatever. I thought that was great that they had that conversation, you know, because all these, it's very easy in any story to be like, let's have the characters not talk to each other, and that will create like
Tension.
default tension,
Yeah.
right? When if they just had a conversation, all of the tension would go away. You know, like, you know, and I think that can be tiresome sometimes when you're dealing with a book, especially like this, where it's like, you guys are like, you know, fighting against literal demons and, you know, abominations. Like, you don't need to be like, not talking to each other.
I think it would have felt more annoying if in a book of this maturity that would happen. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like,
Agreed.
part of like, I think digestible charm of romance is that there's always going to be like a third act conflict, and like people kind of expect that in the last third of the novel, that there to be some sort of conflict so that the characters speak for the first like speak in an argument for the first time. But I think in a book such as this, like, it would have just felt childish if like Vika was like, does he not like me for my wolfy nature? Oh, I feel so self-conscious now while I'm murdering people. Like, it would have just been stupid.
And I like the imagery of how she talks about the wolf or thinks about the wolf, like it's like caged inside her ribs or whatever. I liked the way that he did that imagery to kind of express how she was feeling.
I think one of my favorite descriptions of Vega was when she's first introduced as like an uncontrollable monster. Like, she is released and it's like uncontrollable, and then she like comes back to herself and she's like, oh,
yeah,
what happened?
Why does this meat taste bad?
yeah. She's just vomiting as she like turns back into a person. Yeah. But I mean, to go, Kelsey, to kind of talk about what you were talking about getting sort of like not bored or like kind of like I'm ready, frustrated. I would say like the big ending kind of chase with Alex and everybody else, like there was one where I was like, we're going back up the stairs again to like the big torch area.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, we already did this. You know, so that's also like for me, that was one of the moments for me where I was like, I feel like this could have been condensed a little bit. You know, like this section
that's it.
here.
I think that's what I mean. Like, maybe I don't mean less characters, but maybe like less following of each of them individually. Like, I think that would have maybe helped with the more like repetitive nature and stuff like that, and like obviously like going back and forth between certain areas of like the plot. I think would have helped.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to tell Joe Abercrombie like how to do his job. I'm just saying like that would have made me like it more.
I do like that every sort of section of the book, it's like a world of a video game when they're like, there are animal people, and now there are fish people, and now there's a boss who has secret wings, you know, like that whole thing, and then you fight the really hard sorcerers, you know, and like it felt really like you were like leveling up each time, you know, to go to a different place. I liked that, even though it's obviously plainly what he's doing in that way. I did enjoy it.
Well, I have seen like people say that if you like video games, you would like Joe Abercrombie.
Yeah,
I think it's very typical of his like writing.
Yeah, you can feel it. I mean, it's obvious, right? It's like this is like, but it made me go like, oh, I wonder what the things are gonna kind of be this time, you know? And like, I liked that the third time there weren't any animal people. You know, it was just like the top guy was like an animal person. I liked that a lot as well. So, and I liked I liked the idea too that there are rules to this world, but we don't know all of them, and we're kind of learning them organically through when those rules are broken. Like when Balthazar is like, you're not supposed to be able to mix those two magics together. Like, what if every element is kind of just made of the same stuff? And it's like, oh, right, this is like kind of supposed to be our past in some ways, even though it's like a fictionalized version of our
past. That's a good point.
They don't have they don't have modern knowledge, you know? So like the idea of atoms and matter and all this kind of stuff is still new, right? But it's just mixed with arcane stuff. So I thought that was cool, mixing like the arcane and the science part of it together. I thought was like a fun little world
Mhm.
twist, for them. Um, yeah, no, I really liked all that stuff a lot, and I like that there's just literal like demons you can summon, like we were talking about before. Like it's like, what is this world? Like how much can you do? What is possible? A lot
Mhm.
of stuff.
I want them to bring the demon back because I want more of that character.
It feels like you might, because it feels like, again, if these all are like kind of loosely connected, like that character could definitely show up in
Yeah, I
something
wonder
else.
if like it might be like I think it would be funny to me if he was a reoccurring character that
Right?
would
Yeah,
come
yeah,
and
The
be
yeah,
like, "Oh
demon.
my god, they're always like
yeah,
calling me for these stupidities that I can't do."
yeah,
It's like Satan in South Park.
yeah,
Yeah,
Just make him a
exactly.
reoccurring character
yeah,
And you like know exactly
to be
what to
topical.
expect. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Uh,
Um,
for you guys, for sure.
yeah, yeah, for us for sure. Um, um, but and that we talked about that scene several times, but that demon scene, I really liked it. It's like there's like a funny thing happening, right? Which is him being like, "Bro, can't help you with this one," like, but also like this real terror happening for the other characters in the scene.
Somebody was vomiting. Like Jacob the Thorn was
Yeah.
He was crying.
crying.
He was staring and crying. Yeah.
But like I would
But
too.
he's like the most like straight edge character, and he's just like,
Yeah.
I am now openly weeping. I can't look away.
Yeah.
Baptiste
Yeah.
is vomiting on the ground.
Yeah.
Like it makes sense. Like imagine if you're in the
It
Renaissance.
does.
And someone,
It does make a lot of sense, but the fact of again the juxtaposition of the demon being like,
Yeah.
well, I can't do anything, but call me if you need anything else. I do
Yeah.
like your soul.
Yeah.
Oh, he said the demon said something like, "There's something interesting going on there."
Yeah.
There with his soul. Like, oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I like that too.
Do we know what the second one's about?
So
know.
I looked it up because I immediately wanted to know what was going to
Yeah.
happen, and it's it's still being written or whatever. But they said like it's just in the world. Like we might not see any of these characters. We may see some of these characters. Nobody knows.
Okay.
Because I think like some of them would make sense to be followed. Like I think Balthazar
needs to be followed, but
His story isn't done, obviously. Like that.
Yeah,
they
I think
left
none of,
Jacob
none
is
of their
interesting
stories
enough
are
to be
like
followed.
are done. But like I don't know if they run right back to Vigga because it feels like she's broken. Like that would be an interesting story to follow, but I don't know if they're gonna just have the same ragtag group of guys go again, minus Baptiste.
I kind of think Brother Diaz and Biga and Alex and Sunny to be stories that could be okay, like not like
continuing
that we need to see. Yeah. And I think like Balthazar and Jakob, I think are two characters that not only narratively make sense to follow, because Balthazar obviously with like the magic system and all of that, and then Jakob just because he can't die. I think they're narratively two characters that are interesting enough to continue to follow, but also make sense to follow.
Yeah, like Balthazar has this big secret that he hasn't told anybody that obviously he's going to have some sort of like universe, implications. I mean, I think we still will see Alex again because what I picture, right, is whoever the main character of our next book is goes to the royal court of Troy because that's where the elves.
That's why I see.
The elves are. That's the front line against the elves, right? They keep saying that. So obviously, if that's like a big end game of this, then that's part of the story going forward. But we don't even know what the timeline's going to be, right? We don't even know if like it's going to stretch hundreds of years or if it's going to be within one small group of time. Is the next book going to next book going to be the perspective of the elves? Like we don't even know.
I would love
that would be
one
cool.
from the elves
for sure. Yeah,
and like I think it would be funny if they like kind of hear what's going on. They're like, oh, there's like a princess that became on the throne or something like that. But that's it. Like I think it may like Brother Diaz, Alex, like all of that. It makes sense if this is the final like perspective that we get from them. Maybe not like the last time we hear of them, but like perspective wise, I think it just makes sense that their story ends there.
Brother Diaz especially because he seems like he really has like had a whole arc that is over at this point. But it feels very much to me like we're gonna see those characters at the end again, right? Like Mother Beckert and the new Baptiste. I don't remember his name anymore. But like those two characters be at the very end. It seems weird to bring them in and then not ever have them show up again. But I do think you can't just do the same type of story again with like just change up the events and a couple of the devils and then have them go on another journey where they try to solve something. Like I think that would be intrinsically not as interesting, right? To do that. So I don't think they would do that. But I do like that it does feel like he was like, I'm gonna put basically everything for these characters on the table and in this book, and not make it feel like, yeah, but if you really want to know what happens, read the next book. It
Yeah.
doesn't feel like that.
Yeah,
It feels like
exactly. It
feels
feels
like
like a complete story.
yeah, it feels like you wrote this perspective of like, even though I'm an accomplished author who's written 15 books and 2 series, I'm gonna write this like there might never be a second book. Like that's how it felt like to me, which I really appreciate about it.
Me too. I think
It's a great way to write a book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, have it be there to continue if you choose to, but also be closed enough where it's like, that was a good story.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And speaking of like the micro surprises, I did like each time that Balthazar came up with a thing to break the binding, other than the first one, I was like, oh, this might work.
Yeah.
Because maybe the story is he breaks free and then becomes their enemy, right? The thing trying to stop them from making it to the thing, you know? Because like the second time especially, I did love that the vampire was like, kind of like, okay, buddy. Like, I know what's gonna happen to you. And
I feel like he was just like an emo king.
Yeah, he was. He was. I do love that the dumpling thing was the thing he always used to like hypnotize them or whatever. I thought that was hilarious. Like that a lot. I like that, like seeing though, like that last part, how much power was draining from him, right, to control all the people, those 2 very powerful people. And again, just one of the things, visuals that I would love to see is Jacob of Thorn walking up the stairs with a spear and a knife in him, walking through the fire to knock the guy off the bell tower, or the fire tower. Was great. Thought that was really, really cool.
And it's like just like using that scene, I feel like imagining like Sean Bean as that. I'm like, oh yeah, like I see it. Like this, he's like fed up. He has all kinds of stuff sticking out of him, and he's like, Jesus Christ.
Everything hurts.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah, I really enjoyed it overall. I mean, James Cameron bought the rights to it, right? Justin and I talked about this briefly before I read any of the books.
I forgot we had this conversation, so this is all new to me again.
He basically said, they asked him why he optioned this book, and he said because it's weird as hell, is what he said.
Yeah.
It's like bonkers, he said. And I think he wants to do it like between Avatar movies or whatever.
So 27 years from now.
Yeah. No, but I think it might try to do between like some of the sequels that are coming out or whatever. But like, I mean, he's done grimy, weird stuff before, not in a very long time, right? He's been like the prestige-y, like I do do Titanic, I do the Avatar movies, like that's what he's been, right? But you look at the original Terminator, you look at like Aliens, like he can do grimy, weird stuff, right? That definitely is in his thing. It does really feel like no book has ever been written more for James Gunn to make a movie out of than this book. Like it feels James Gunn as hell. This whole book.
He's a little busy though.
Or like Guillermo del Toro. It also
Del Toro.
Yeah.
I mean, del Toro would get the weirdness of the world.
Yeah.
I mean,
for sure.
All the fantasy.
I know, but
there's
there's
all that shit.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying he doesn't. I just don't like. There's a humorous edge to this book that I don't know. I see del Toro doing, but.
He's done that stuff before. I mean, if you look at not like Pan's Labyrinth and stuff like that, or like again, it's this weird dividing line.
Oh, he did Hellboy. He'll be fine.
Yeah, he did Hellboy.
Yeah, he would be fine.
If you look at his
Hellboy
movies, like
funny.
I'm trying to think what would be the dividing line for him, but like obviously like pre-Oscar win, like that kind of pre-Pan's Labyrinth, really in most ways.
That's what I was gonna say.
Like Pan's Labyrinth is like he got much more serious after that. With his horror, but before that, he was
because even the Shape of Water, like it's still like weird and like almost comical because the situation in and of itself is weird that it sort of makes you uncomfortable. But I feel like the Shape of Water is just as serious as Pan's Labyrinth.
Yeah. He used to be a little bit more like Hellboy-ish, like a little more tongue-in-cheek, funny, like kind of guy.
I forgot he did Hellboy. So, I mean, I forgot he did Hellboy.
Keanu Reeves
as who?
As who?
Balthazar.
No, he's much more like Jacob of Thorn than he is a Balthazar.
You just want to put Keanu in the movie.
Yeah, I mean, I'm fine with putting Keanu in the movie.
Because I thought
have Keanu play Alex.
The vampire.
Oh, the vampire would be great. He could be the vampire.
That would be great.
He would be great at that.
Constantine, and then I was like,
yeah, he'd be great at that. He's not. There's nothing like creepy about Keanu Reeves, you know. So like that's the problem. Like when if as Balthazar, he wouldn't.
I think
Also,
he could do anything. So just
nobody's
give him a
less
chance.
European seeming than Keanu Reeves. Okay,
I forgot that was your criteria.
you need somebody who feels like he could be like, you know, like the Duke of something.
No,
You
you're
know,
right. I
Balthazar.
think the
He's the
vampire
Duke
would
of
probably be
Kelsey's heart.
funny.
Like Fassbender could do it. Could be Balthazar for sure. He's got
Mm.
that weird
No,
like, European shit.
he's too buff for me.
Michael Fassbender.
Fassbender?
Yeah, I feel like he's too buff.
What?
I don't know, because I think he played a superhero, so I'm like, he's too buff for me.
He played Magneto. He didn't play
I
a
know, but
superhero.
like,
Magneto, I don't think throws a punch in any movie.
You know who else played Magneto? Ian McKellen. Does he seem too superhero to you?
Speaking
no,
of,
but he's a sir.
He is a sir.
after we hang up, I have to start Return of the King tonight.
With Jorah? Oh wow.
You're gonna watch it tonight?
I
I'm
left
gonna
this.
start it.
We're gonna start, probably around 10:15. We won't finish it, but we'll start.
Oh,
at
okay.
least.
I was like, you guys are watching the whole thing?
Have you read those books, Kelsey?
Yes,
I'm just asking.
I've read
I'm not going to
them many
assume.
times.
Okay, I'm not going to just assume.
But you know what? That was interesting because I was going to bring that up. When I said I don't really like adventure books, and then as that was coming out of my mouth, I was like, I hope no one calls me out and asks me if I've read The Lord of the Rings because I have many times.
Yes, but I would say you wouldn't know this probably from the movies, right? But like the Lord of the Rings books don't really have a lot of battle descriptions
But I think
in them.
that's my difference. Like
Yeah.
I could read thousands of pages of people walking.
Yes,
And I'm like, this
yeah.
is the most interesting shit I've ever read in
Tolkien
my
wasn't
life.
super interested in the battles. He would be like, and then there was a
He's like,
battle.
sorry, a song?
Yeah,
Sorry,
exactly.
did you guys want a battle?
Yeah,
Tom
no.
Bombadil is here.
Yeah, he'll throw that
Sing
ring
Let
in
us
the
sing.
air and catch it, and we'll sing about it.
Sorry, the
Like-
trees? Did you want to hear them?
Which is amazing though, because those movies are like just battles personified,
Mhm.
and they're still great.
Like Helm's Deep in the
Yes.
book is like 3 pages.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love me.
Which,
some
like,
Listen, I'm not
originally-
joking. They're walking.
When you're a book fan and you're like, okay, they're making the 2 towers, and you're like, but they're not getting to like Lob and everything in the 2 towers. Like what? Like how are they? What's gonna be the big thing in this? And they're like Helm's Deep, and you're like, but Helm's Deep is like 3 pages. They're like, oh, they had a battle and the orcs blew up the wall, and then Gandalf showed up. Like that's basically
Mhm.
what the book.
That's literally
does.
what it is.
That's what the book does. And okay, now back to Frodo and Sam. They're walking in the stones. Okay.
Sorry, did you want to hear a marriage dispute between
Yeah.
Frodo and Sam?
Also, I don't know if you Lord of the Rings books, obviously, 2 and 3 are like, I think Game of Thrones does this too, right? Where it's like divided in half, where it's like you don't see any of the other characters.
Yes.
Yeah.
So like the Two
think-
Towers and Return of the King are like one half is Sam and Frodo,
Yeah.
the other half is like Aragorn
Yeah.
and that
So
whole
you read
business.
like the second half of Sam and Frodo in the Two Towers,
yeah.
and then you're like, oh man, it ended so intriguing. I can't wait. And then you're like, nope, we have to walk with trees for another 300 pages.
Yeah.
in Return.
There's a lot more tree stuff in Two Towers than there even is in the movie.
But yeah, that was another
Yeah.
because I read the Lord of the Rings when I was a lot younger, and I read them
Mhm.
in French, and then
Of course.
when I watched the
Ooh.
movies, I was like, sorry, I'm trilingual. And when I watched the movies, I was like, where are the ends?
Yeah.
Bring them to me.
Well, I mean, the crazy thing about the books, right, is like in Fellowship, like Gandalf's like, look, it's the ring, it's the one ring, but like, don't make a whole big thing about it. Wait like 20 years, make a whole excuse about why you're gonna leave, and then one day just leave the Shire. So Frodo like buys a house at the outside of the Shire because like he's moving out there. There's a whole thing. And then that's when he leaves. Like it's not like they go like, okay, now you gotta leave now. It's
And
like,
also the 20 years, 2 pages.
yeah. it's so funny, like that kind of stuff. But yeah. I mean, I've read those books several times, but
Yeah. Actually, the other day, like Karim never read The Lord of the Rings or watched the movies, but I would park next to a Tesla the other day, and then all of a sudden, like the Sentry came on, and I was like, "What the fuck is that?" And it was like watching me. Like I don't know if you've ever like seen
No.
them in action. And it was like watching me, and so I was like, "Oh my god!" It's like the Eye of Sauron, and I was like, "Karim's not even gonna get this joke." I was just sitting there like.
what social media is for, Kelsey.
I know
Figure
it would have hit. It would have
it would've
killed.
hit. Yeah, it would have killed.
It would have killed on old Twitter.
Excuse me, Blue Sky.
Yeah. She's saying
Blue
old
Sky-
Twitter.
I'm saying
Oh,
old Twitter,
my
like
bad.
before Elon.
No, if it was on Blue
Pre-Elon.
Sky, they would be like, excuse me, it's offensive to post a picture of a Tesla.
It's actually extremely accurate.
How
Even
dare you?
baseball stuff gets like political in ways it's just like, Jesus Christ,
I'm
can
so
someone
tired.
just tell me the Mets
I'm so
score?
tired of having a brain. It's
I know, it
unbelievable.
sucks.
I
It sucks to have a
being
brain.
smart.
I feel like that. That's what I'm saying. Vega lives the right way, where she's like, I don't even fucking remember what I was
Cares
talking
about
about 2
food?
seconds ago.
She cares
yeah.
about fucking.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
she cares about food again.
Yeah,
That's it.
exactly. Exactly. That's all that matters.
Any final thoughts?
No, I loved it. I can't wait for the second book to come out.
Yeah.
And
I wish there was like we knew when.
Yeah, instantly interested in reading some of his other stuff though, for
Yeah,
sure.
for sure.
Yeah,
But-
I was thinking of doing a video where I read like well-loved fantasy books that I haven't read
Mm.
yet, and The Blade itself is on it. I have it.
There's also those John Gwynn books, right? Those
Mm-hmm.
I remember the names of them.
Rage of Dragons?
No, that's
Nope.
the one we read.
Nope. Something Dragon.
Oh, Wrath.
Wrath. No.
Yes.
I-
Yes. Hold on, I'll get them for you. 2
The
seconds.
dragon's on the cover. I can see
Oh,
the
the
cover.
Shadow of the Gods.
The Shadow
But
of the
that's-
Shadow of
Gods.
the Gods, yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's his second series. The first
Yeah, that always
series
interests me.
is Malice.
Mm.
I
I
think
think it's
I'm
the
gonna
second
read
series,
Malice
the one I'm
first.
thinking.
That's okay. When
Yeah,
I
the
tried
Shadow of the
to pick this
Yeah,
up, and they
Shadow
were
of the
out,
Gods, Fury of the Gods, Hunger of the Gods are the
Yeah.
ones I'm thinking of. Yeah.
the lady was just like, "Oh, if you like fantasy stuff, can I introduce you to Malice?" And
Yeah.
I was like, and they had
I
it
think
up
I'm
on the
gonna read
wall, and
Malice.
as like the employee pick of the month, and I was like, I could guess who
Mhm.
picked it. This lady was going hard for Malice.
Yeah, like the video I have planned is Malice, The Blade itself, and The Lies of La Clamora,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
the
yeah.
yeah.
pirate book.
Mm-hmm. Kelsey, did you inform Justin of your review of Dungeon Crawler Carl?
We talked.
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
you did? Okay.
I also read her review on Goodreads.
I watched her video where she talked about her.
I didn't get to watch her video yet.
Her vlog, her reading vlog.
You gave it 4 stars. Did you
Yeah.
change?
No,
No,
I gave it 4 stars, but it's because I like this is an example of like one thing really bothered me, but like everything else I liked.
Mhm.
But like I think it's also like I wonder if it wouldn't bother me as much if I didn't like work in video games and deal with that humor every day of my life.
Well, the one thing was the humor that
The
bothered
dick. It
you.
was like the dick jokes.
It's like it's like
Oh.
dick lit. Like it like
I'm not familiar with this book talk term. I
it's
mean,
like
I could surmise what it is.
yeah, it's like when stuff is like written for like
Dudes.
dudes like who play video games. Like,
Oh, bro.
you're like, oh my god, she has such huge tits. And I'm like, okay, and then and then
Well, now I know what she looks like. So now accurately described.
or it's like the audiobook.
Are you
I
talking
don't-
about
I
Odette?
don't know if you listened to the audiobook.
No, I didn't. You
Dungeon
know me.
Crawl-
I never listen to audiobooks.
Okay, because if you would have listened to the audiobook, when the weird like narrator that gives him like all his points, like he's like level up and all that, but when he talks about like Carl's feet,
Well,
no, Justin, you didn't listen to the audiobook. It's like
no, but I'm letting you know that
his
the
feet.
so they don't do that in every like they don't do that in every book. But they do come back to how, but they kind of turn it on its head a little bit. Trust me, his feet get mentioned more.
But I
Um,
also
but
understand at the same time that it's satire. Like I get it. Like the fact that she has huge boobs, the alien girl / human, and it's because like people are only gonna pay attention to her. 'Cause I get all the satire. It's just like sometimes I'm like, okay, we get it. Carl's a man. Like I liked in Dungeon Crawler when
Well, Bobby
What
hasn't
was it?
finished it yet.
where are you?
I haven't read much of it yet, so
Oh, okay, never mind.
don't. I guess. Don't
But
spoil it.
I literally got the second book in the mail today. So
I think my favorite is the third one, but the second one's real good.
everyone
I
says
love-
1 and 2 are like you either like them or you don't. But then 3, like the rest of them, like the story, like amps up in the world building in the background, like
They're
the themes and
these
all of that. Yeah.
these characters are some of my favorite characters I've ever read in any series, which sounds crazy and I wasn't expecting it, but I love them.
There's this
Mhm.
thing where Justin is like so rabidly into them, and then our other friend Laz is also really into them, and now Megs is really into them. And I started reading it and on my Kindle, and so you know, it logged. You're reading it on Goodreads, and I got a message from Megs like, Megs, I love you to death. Like 10 minutes after I started reading, it, like, oh, these books are great, and I'm like, this is already putting me in this headspace where I'm like, arms crossed, like, okay, prove to me they're this good.
Bobby,
You know?
we're literally the same person. Like,
I don't want to read this book because other people like it.
It's
To
not
look for fault. That's exactly what you sound like.
but it's not an intentional reaction.
I know. I mean, I have my weird quirks
It's the
too,
reason why I've never seen The Big Lebowski.
I've
as
actually
well.
never seen The Big Lebowski either.
It's like, if I don't like this, I have to tell like 40 people in my life I don't like it, or don't like it as much as they do, and I have to have a conversation about why I don't like it as much as
You
they
and
do.
I have literally had a podcast where it's agree to disagree. Like,
I know, it's not
we
that, it's
disagree
just-
about a lot of things.
It's just like this thing where it's like this weird feeling of like, okay, now I come with all these expectations that these other people who are reading it didn't have
Bobby, this
when
is
they,
a safe space
when they
for
picked
you.
it up. So now I'm not only thinking like, is the book good, but also like, is the book as good? Do I feel like the book is as good as Justin feels that it's as good? You know, like I get that, it's just in my head. It's like a double layer of criticism happening in my head while I'm reading it.
Me
you
too.
know?
I know, I
So-
know, Bobby.
Yeah. It's like, why I haven't watched fucking Breaking Bad.
I haven't watched Breaking Bad because I don't think my heart could take it.
You
I
know,
can't.
but
I can't deal with that in my life right now.
It's just like part of it. I'm like, well, if I don't like this that much, then I'm gonna have to hear like 7 people be like, first of all, while I'm watching it, oh my god, it's the best show that's ever been made. I'm gonna have to hear that 17 times.
Mhm.
You know, I have one friend, this is my friend Brian, who I can't tell him I'm watching or reading or doing anything that he likes, because all he's like, oh my god, it's the best thing I ever read. This is the 17 reasons why I think it's the best thing I've ever read or watched. And I'm like, dude, you're making me dislike it. Like, and I don't even, I haven't even had my own opinion about it yet. You know, so we're
Me
there.
too. I literally said that in the vlog.
Yeah.
I was
No,
like, I
know.
hate being the one friend that's like, actually, guys, did you know that he called this character fat and that made me hate the character for the rest of the book? Like, I hate that I'm like
I
that.
think I read where there's 7 books. I think I read them all in a month.
You burned through them so fast.
I
But
could
you're
the
not
last
the only one that I've heard do
Yeah,
that.
the last book is 810 pages and I finished it in like 6 days. I could
It's
not
funny too.
stop.
It's having this moment too, because like it's not like they're brand new books.
And the thing
You
is,
know
like,
what I mean?
to be fair, I also kept hearing how good it is, and I looked at it and I was like, this is fucking pandering nonsense. I don't want to read this. This is made for me, and I don't want to read it because it's made for me. And then I read it and I was like, fuck,
It doesn't
really
help
good.
that-
And you're not even
every
listening
time
to the
anyone brings it
audiobook.
up, they go like, you know, like Ready Player One. And
No,
I'm like,
and I told you,
don't think it's
it
Ready
rides.
Player One.
No,
It
it's
isn't.
not.
It
It
isn't.
rides the
Yeah.
other side of the Ready Player
But you
One
mentioned
discussion.
Ready Player One in the bringing up of the book, so immediately my little like alarm
Yeah.
bells go. Ding,
I don't
ding,
know
ding,
why
ding.
people do
'Cause-
though,
'cause
because
I
I
think-
don't agree at all.
Because it's
Because
the
I
only.
think-
I think it's
Video
the only
game
thing
book,
they can.
I guess.
Yeah, exactly. It's the only
Ready-
thing they can think of that's like
Ready
in that
Player
world,
One
you
is
know?
pandering in a disgusting way.
Mhm.
Where I feel like these books are written, obviously they're about video games. It's
Mhm.
literally, it's the entire thing, but it's written not in a pandering way. It's written like almost like a letter of love to
Well, it is a
what they
satire,
are.
right? It's
a
And it is
satire.
also satire, but it like,
Like Ready
If-
Player One isn't a satire. Ready Player One is like, isn't it so deep and interesting that
yeah,
I
but
thought
this
of
is
this
not,
world?
this is not,
Like that is definitely what Ready Player One's whole vibe is, you know? It's like,
think-
do you know I grew up in the 80s? Like that is definitely
Yeah,
the
it's
whole
like, yeah,
vibe
we
of Ready
know.
Player One. Yeah. We can
But like,
tell.
I think
I'm gonna
think
devote
that's
one
why
whole chapter to
it's
talking
good.
about Pac-Man.
Yeah. Exactly.
I think that's why Dungeon Carl is good, because like I feel like it's like you're in the video game, just you're not playing it physically.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
that's why it works, and it's
Well,
more
yeah,
charming that
Yeah,
way.
yeah. And it's not like, oh, it's not people who created this like virtual world that they live in, you know? Like,
I geek out at the, I mean, it gets heavier, but like when he gets a piece of item and he's like looking at it and it's like, all right, well, this will give me 3 constitution, but it will lower my strength. So I'm not going to go with this. Like, I love that shit.
Mhm.
I
I
told
do.
you the only thing that has bugged me so far, as little I'm into it, is like the achievement stuff. Like that stuff is kind of.
Are you listening to it on audio?
No, I'm just reading it. I'm just
Okay.
reading it,
On
yeah.
audio, it's 10 times more annoying.
Because there's a lot of sound effects and shit, right? In it. Yeah. That's
Yes,
what I heard.
it's very well done, and I really enjoyed it. But I think the amount of achievements, it's like, okay,
Those slow down as well. They do.
of course,
Because
it's like when you go for, like, I get the point, because when you go forward in a video game, you don't get as many achievements either, because the game becomes more difficult. Like,
Yeah.
it all makes sense to me.
They
Yeah,
do-
absolutely. Yeah.
It all makes sense to me. It's just like I think I just found it was annoying a little bit.
What else are you reading right now, Kelsey?
Thank you for asking.
Just wanna
I'm
know.
in a arc.
yeah, we can't see
reading
your
blog.
secret reading
Your
pile.
shame
Yeah, I don't know
pile.
why. I noticed that today too, that my camera was moving.
Also,
I
you're
was
just like you're behind with a blank wall. Like
Yeah.
usually there's something behind you.
yeah. No, it's
There's some sort of
secret.
mess behind her that she's hiding. I can
Oh yeah,
tell
well
that
I
for
can
sure.
show you. It's
I can see some
it's-
clothes piled up back
it's
there.
all my baby's clothes that
Oh,
like
okay.
are fancy, but I don't feel like folding them or hanging them up.
Okay.
The life of a parent.
They just sit there. I'm doing an advanced like reading copy vlog.
Okay.
So those are all like books that have been published or will be publishing
Mhm.
that I just don't have physically. But my next like fantasy thing is I'm gonna do finish a series with me
Okay.
of Robin Hobb. I don't know if you guys have ever
No,
heard
I've never heard
Robin
of it.
Hobb.
It has
Basically,
that cover though, Kelsey. That this is no casting aspersions on the quality of the book, but when I see a cover like that, I'm like, it's just like a basic ass fantasy book. That's
Exactly.
how I feel when I see that cover.
and you know what?
Mhm.
You would think so. So
Yeah.
basically, Robin Hobb, she was like one of the first, like, not the first fantasy female writer, okay,
Mhm.
but like to like really crack into like Robert Jordan and like all of that was going on at the same time. And apparently, her books are really good and they make people cry.
Okay.
And so I read one novella from her and I really liked it. And then I read this before, The Assassin's
Mhm.
Apprentice, and I gave it 3.5 stars. A theme, clearly, that we see. So
This
I
has
think
fights in it. 3.5 stars.
so he learns to be an assassin, even though it says Assassin's Apprentice. So I think I'm gonna, for the vlog, the idea is that I'm gonna reread this because I'm in denial. Everybody
Okay.
likes this series. I have to also like the series. So I'm in denial about it. So I'm gonna reread this and then I'm going to continue this. And if I like this series, she has written, I think, 4 other series and they're all in the same world. And some of them follow the same characters. And you know I love that shit. Brandon
Yeah.
Sanderson, hello.
Mhm.
So I'm like, well, no, I have to read all of them
Mhm.
because she has so many. And that
Right.
appeals to me for some reason.
Yeah.
So that's why.
You love
So
to
that-
enjoy things, but you also love to just shit on them. So
I
She gets
love to shit on
if you can
things.
keep reading books that you don't
I
like,
lo-
but be
I
like,
love to shit
oh,
on
you
things.
like this, but it's actually terrible, and let me tell you why.
I love it.
I was waiting for that with Underground Carl. I was like, oh god, he's gonna kill this book.
You were the
gonna
one that was like, you
absolutely-
should read it, you should read it. And then
I know.
you
I
got
was
scared
in
when I
no.
started.
No, I was in the bookstore and I said, "You're reading this, aren't you?" Because you had said, "Oh, I'm reading this for a project," and I wanted to know what you
Yeah.
thought of it, and you were like, "I'm not done with it yet."
Yeah.
Mhm.
And like I said, I did like it. I did like it. And I think the themes will outweigh the humor of the book that I don't like.
Fair
really
enough.
nice covers too. That new set of covers they did
Yeah, the new
publish this year
covers
or
are
whatever.
really nice.
killer.
The old covers are terrible, but the new covers
Yeah.
are great.
The old covers are like, I think if you really like the series, I think they could be funny to have.
Yeah, I guess so. But the new
Like
covers are
in
just
the
really
way
well
that like
designed.
old fantasy covers or
Yeah,
like
that's
old
what it looks
romance
like. Old
covers.
sci-fi book or whatever. That's
Yeah.
what it looks like. You know,
Yeah.
it
They
looks
definitely
like
pop. They pop more now, though.
it looks like a novelization of like a movie or
Video
something.
game.
You know what I mean? Or a video game. Yeah, exactly. It looks like the Warhammer
Looks like those
book.
Halo covers.
Yeah, the Halo book, whatever. That's what it looks
Yeah.
like. Yeah, totally.
I quickly read "Staircase in the Woods," which by Chuck Wendig, which was meh.
Yeah.
I
I only read one Chet Wendig and I felt the same.
yeah, I did not like the way he wrote. I
I read that one
read
Star Wars. I read one of those Star Wars books.
Aftermath. He wrote, I think.
He wrote that whole
Yeah.
series, but I read the first one and I liked it, but I didn't love it.
I read my first Olive Blake book, which was Gifted and Talented. That was very good. And then I read Bury Our Bones in the Midnight Soil
And
by B. Schwab's. It was fantastic. I liked it. The ending wasn't exactly what I was hoping for, but it was still very, very
I
good.
feel like it went too fast, but anyways, that's
Yes, it
That's
did
me
go
being
very fast
nitpicky.
at the end.
yes.
I was like, wait a second, there's only like 15 pages left in
I
this
was like,
book.
why
What
did
the
we
fuck is
spend fucking
happening?
400 years? Anyways,
It was good. I really enjoyed it. She's a great writer. And then I
know.
started, you'd be happy to know, I started the where is it? What's the other book she writes? The magic book.
A Darker Shade of Magic.
I read the first 5 pages, and then one of my Libby books came up, and I was like, "Fuck, I'll have to come back to this." And so I started reading that.
What's the Libby book?
The Divide. It's a space book. It's a sci-fi book. It's come up on my Libby thing, and I'm like, "Remind me in a month." Like 7 times.
Oh my god, I do that all the time.
So
I
own the other books. So I was like, "Oh, I'll get to them. I'll get to them as soon as I'm done with this."
What always is happening with that is that I do it, and then I get impatient, and I end up just buying the fucking book, and then
Me too, I do that.
and then inevitably, when it said it would be like 10 weeks, 3 days later after I buy it, it'll be like, "Oh, this book's available now."
God damn it!
Come on, you could have just given me a little
Literally
bit of
all
warning.
the time.
This year's been a whole reading slump for me. The only books I've really read are the books we've done for the club. I've only read like 5 books this whole month, this whole year. Yeah, the whole year I've only read like 5 books.
Me too. I think I'm like in a little mini read.
Yeah, so you only had 400 books this year, Kelsey?
82.
Okay.
Ooh, I'm not far from you actually, which is impressive for me.
Justin reads a lot. Justin's constantly reading now.
You sparked my competition right now.
He's like, "Oh, I read this. I read this. What's that book you bought today, Justin, that we talked about?
You sent me the picture. It was
yesterday.
This Man Has Lived 7 Lives, or
yeah, 7 died, 7 times. What was it?
This man dies 7 times, or something like that. The Man Who Died 7 Times. It's like a Japanese Groundhog Day, but it revolves around a murder.
Yeah, the man who died.
Okay,
seven
wait.
times.
The Man Who Died 7 Times.
Is it a new
He's-
release or new
Yeah.
New release. So
Yeah,
Bobby sent me the cover, and I just happened to go to Barnes and Noble that day, and I showed it to Ange, and she was like, "This sounds great," so I bought it. I'm at right now 45 of 60, so less than I thought.
Oh,
So not even
okay.
closer.
I thought I was at 60.
I was
Okay.
about to read like 47 graphic novels tonight.
Well, that's
Anyway,
cheating.
so the only book I'm definitely gonna read soon is this
I need to buy that.
Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow,
Mm,
which is
By who?
what by Tom King.
I want to borrow that when you're done, actually.
It's what the new Supergirl movie is gonna be based
Yeah.
off of. And I
Also-
really love Superman.
And Fantastic Four.
the new Supergirl. Love her.
Amelia Alcock, yeah.
Yeah.
She could play Alex.
She's too pretty to play Alex.
I was gonna
Yeah.
suggest her too, but I think you're putting her into a box of princesses.
Yeah, but also she's too just obviously stunning to to do it. You know,
Fine. She was young, so.
she is young. Yes.
I feel like she's my age.
No, Kelsey, you're old.
Stop.
You have children. Your life is
Ooh,
over.
Amelia Alcock's got to be in her 20s.
she's 25. Ugh,
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's old.
Ugh.
She's older than I
I'm
thought.
at that age now.
Well, I mean,
Are
when
you
she
30?
did House of Dragons, the first season, she must have been 20, right?
Yeah.
When she did it.
She looked like 16 though.
Well,
Yeah,
that
she's
was
got
the-
one of those.
well,
She's
that
got
was
one of those.
She got one of
looks.
those faces.
I'm at that age where like people are super successful and they're younger than me.
Well, I had
Welcome
this
to the rest of
realization
your
the other
life.
day that I was like, the guy who plays Superman is 32 or whatever, and it's like we're at the age now where like every superhero ever cast is gonna be younger than us. Justin, there'll be no super unless it's like Old Man Logan or some shit. Unless there's supposed to be an old
Man
guy
Logan.
superhero. Like
He's actually younger than me by 7 months.
In the sports conversion of this is I'm seeing the sons of the baseball players I grew up rooting
yeah.
for
Mhm.
reach the majors, which is like, well, somebody just put me out of my misery.
Well, they're like, can you believe it? He hit a home run and he's 34 years old. You're like, he's
It's
still
amazing. Amazing this guy can get out of bed in the morning.
playing. Yeah.
That's my favorite thing about hockey too. When they're like, he's finally retiring. He's 40.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's like, he's been here too long.
The point now, or the age now, where it's like I could be the very young father of some of these people who are getting into the major leagues or whatever. You know, it's like
Bad
it's
feeling.
like
It's
it's
a
like
bad
that's
feeling.
a bad feeling.
Yeah, if
I
you would
don't
have
like
had
it.
them at 20.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's crazy. But anyway, I'm gonna finish Dungeon Crawler
Crawler
Carl.
Carl.
I had to, when you were like, I was basically started reading it, and that's when you were like, "Are we still doing the book club?" And I was like, "I gotta read this 500-page book."
Well, I wanted to know because I was reading it and
Yeah.
I was like, I would think I was like still in the beginning. I'm like, okay, either I stop reading this and I continue with like my vlogs or whatever, or I
Yeah.
like focus
Yeah,
on
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
That's why I asked.
And then
you there after.
read it. We were getting near the book club is happening, and Karen came and she's like, "Are you gonna be able to finish that book before the book club?" And I was like, "I'll finish it." And today she was like, "I cannot believe you finished it." She's like, "I didn't think you were able to finish it." She's like, "Yesterday you were like halfway through it," and I was like, "When I decide to turn it on, I can turn it on." Like,
And that's
can
the
read-
Capricorn way.
yeah, exactly. when I feel that deadline coming on, like
Nothing
I turn
motivates
into
me
a
more
machine,
than a
you know?
deadline.
That's why I need the deadline. I'm like, tell me when we're doing the book club
Me too,
because then
same.
they'll make me read the book. Like that's how I feel
I've
about it.
always been like that. Work,
Yeah.
school,
Like I'll
nothing
just
like
stare
writing
at my shelf and I'll be like, I should
Yeah,
start reading this now because I know we're gonna have to talk about it.
that's
But it's
that's
not.
what I mean.
It's
Like I was like, if we're doing this, I need to focus.
yeah. But it's not till Kelsey's like, what day do I into the book club? Where I'm like, okay, fuck, I gotta. How long do I need to finish the book if I start today? Like that's how I feel every single time.
Me too. I finished it today. I was like, poof.
Yeah. Yeah. And I have the one where I'm like, okay, if I get to this page by this day, I'll be fine.
Mhm.
And I had a little bit of a panic on Friday because I was like, am I far enough? And then I really was like a champion Friday night. I was like just burning through it. And I was like, okay. And you can see that, but once you get like, you're on the other side of the hill when you're past the halfway point,
Yeah, yeah.
I'm
When you
basically
pass
like,
the
I'm
halfway
done.
point,
I'm
it's
basically done at this point. That's how I feel.
When I pass
Like,
the
if I was
halfway
like-
point, I'm finished.
yeah. Because really for me, it's like the first 150 pages takes the longest of the whole book.
Me
And then
too.
once I'm past that, it's just like
Because you're
once
in.
I'm into it, I can zip through it so fast. It's
Mhm.
just but it really has helped me. Like what I do now is I will like when I'm having those times where I'm like I'm just having a little trouble like pushing through. That's when I'll turn the audiobook on and read the book at the same time.
Oh.
And it's like it's great because it also doubly implanted in my head.
Yeah.
You know, it's
me
like
too.
I'm getting the information twice into my head, and so I like remember everything.
If I miss something in the audiobook, I'll like
Mhm.
rewind it and then I'll be like, okay, now it's time to really pay attention with your eyeballs. And then
Yeah,
I have to like listen to it
exactly.
and
Yeah,
follow it.
Yeah. And I can listen to it. You know, Kelsey, I know you listen to audiobooks at like 3.5 speed all the time or whatever it is.
Not every
I sent that picture in the chat. It's like, wait, can you explain this to me? I listened to the audiobook on 2.5 speed.
But if I'm reading it and listening at the same time, I can get pretty close to 3.
Yeah.
If I'm just listening to it, no, I cannot because my brain is like.
But it depends. Like
what's
this
going
book it was 2.5. Like
Mhm.
that's slow to me. Like I'm like,
Mhm.
okay, it's time to listen.
Yeah. But I put it
When-
on 1 at one point just to hear what it sounded like, and I was like,
It's
"Wah!"
horrible. It's horrible. A reread, forget it. Those are 3s. Dungeon Crawler Carl was easy to listen to, 3. Like it really depends the book, I think, and the writing. But I always start at 2.5. I'm not crazy.
I put it on 1, and I was like, is this person reading it in slow motion?
I feel like they
Oh.
are. I'm like, I don't talk like this.
Yeah. I try to
There's
find the pace that I can read it out in my head, and that's kind of why I try to lay it at with the speed. I'll like read it along, and I'm like, if I'm feeling I have to really push to keep up, I'll slow it down. But if I get ahead of the audiobook while I'm reading, I'm like, well, it's got to be faster. Like I gotta turn it faster.
Yeah.
Sorry, Justin, what were you gonna say?
There was a point in the second book in the series, Dungeon Crawler
Dungeon
series,
Mhm.
that when you get to it, you're either in or you're out, and you'll know when you hit it.
Oh no.
Like
You think
you
I'll
like
it?
it. I think yes, you will because
Okay.
it's a very good character moment, and then I was like, oh well, I'm ride or die with these guys. No, it's good because you don't. It's
Which
like one of those.
character?
I'm not gonna tell you, but when you get to the book, you'll know. When you get to it, you'll know.
You've intrigued me. You've piqued my interest.
Mm.
Mayhaps I will be
Because
listening to it
Meg's
sooner.
texted me and was just like, I can't believe this.
Is it Carl?
You'll see.
Okay.
Okay. She seems doubtful of you right now.
I feel like I'll be reading it and I'll be like, this is what Justin was talking.
Yeah, she's got her arms crossed now. She's like,
I'll be like,
oh, this is
I
the
did
moment.
like it,
Yeah.
God
But I
damn
didn't
it.
like it as much as you did.
much to my dismay.
Yeah.
It made me laugh. I don't like being happy.
Yeah.
You're Canadian. That's impossible.
Mm.
Yeah, but I feel like, we have different levels. Like what
Mm-hmm.
makes me sad is not the same.
I woke up this morning and it was
Yeah.
just sad.
I'm really
Anyway.
sick of
I mean, if I
looking
lived
at a
there-
newsfeed.
I opened my eyes and I
I'm
said,
like, oh,
fuck,
I'm having
again?
I'm having a pretty good day today, and then I'll like open social media and I'm like, why did you do this?
No, I was
Why
literally
did
saying
you
that
do
the other
this?
day. I'm like, I think I'm gonna literally like Twitter. I'm just gonna leave everything. I'm so fed up.
That's bad. That's all bad.
Yeah,
And it's not my country I'm fed up of,
yeah, I get it. Totally get it.
Speaking of gossip in my country, Justin Trudeau went on a date with Katy Perry.
I
At
saw
a
that.
restaurant in Montreal. Did you
That's
guys?
crazy. That's
This is-
insane.
that's
I
insane.
I
didn't
saw.
know.
I was like, this is not real. This is
He
AI
could do better.
generated. I was like, the woman who went up in space on Jeff Bezos' craft.
Yeah.
Justin. Just stay. What's happening here?
Well, there was
Just
like
say.
there was 2 news items in a row. There was like Liam Neeson and Pamela Anderson are dating, and
Yeah.
then Katy Perry went on a
Yeah.
date with Justin Trudeau. And
Yeah.
so someone was like, "What is happening right now?
Yeah.
What is this world that we
You know
live
what
in?"
We have to go
People are
see the
like-
Naked Gun.
I want to see it so bad.
We
It
gotta
looks
see it.
funny.
Yeah,
It's supposedly very funny.
Yeah.
yeah. There's a moment in the trailer
Well, I think Liam Neeson is funny.
where he goes
I know
like,
he
He
never
is.
plays funny.
yeah, where
roles,
she
but-
goes, "Can I take a chair?" And he goes, "Sure." And she drags the chair out of the room, and I fucking lose my mind. I think it's so funny. It's so stupid, but it's so funny.
Yeah.
I love those old movies too. So I love that kind of humor.
Okay. I'm
alright.
sweating in here.
Justin needs
I
to go
am
watch
literally
Family
dying.
I feel
Okay.
great, but Justin, you guys can go.
I don't have central air conditioning. I just
Go
have a
take care of
ceiling
your
fan.
child. Go watch Lord of the Rings.
He's in bed.
Okay.
Carmen took care
Yeah,
of him.
well, yeah.
All right. Good night, Justin.
Good night, friends. Bye.
Sorry.
Oh, sorry. Well, you didn't say it. You didn't say it right.
Also, are we gonna? This is the last one.
Yeah, but you know what I figured? I was like, if we ever find a book that we want to read all together, we'll just do it again.
Yeah, yeah.
That's the way I see it.
Justin gets over himself.
I've got things going on. Okay. I barely have
was-
enough mental space for me at the moment.
I was like, I'm not gonna address it because I feel like anytime we're like we all want to read a book at the same time, we'll just do it
It's
again.
gonna come back on. Yeah.
Yeah,
Dune
Okay.
Messiah.
I'm literally so down. If you want a book 2 against 1, I'm really down. Imagine I love
We're
it.
even gonna like it. We haven't read
Imagine
any
I
of
love
them.
it though.
That would be amazing. Imagine we hate it and you love it. That'd be great.
I'd be like, guys,
We're like, oh fuck, we're in danger.
Yeah. This slug baby is just amazing.
All right, Kelsey, start it again.
thank you, Justin.
Thank you, Bobby.
And thank you, Kelsey.
Thank you, everyone, for watching. Okay, bye.